everybody. Yeah. Okay, MNR is here.
No backup?
No, my son.
No
I can
backup?
dance, but not enough space in here.
Should have been, yeah.
Yeah.
Guys, man, how long has this been? I know I've been talking back and forth, but you guys have been busy working, designing, building.
For a couple of years, probably, right?
Long time.
I mean, like,
it's been a while since I've seen you guys.
5 years.
Long time.
Wow, but you made all the money and moved on from construction.
I
man. Now you
lost
just
all the money. Don't even go there. All right. And quick shout out to Tim there, from RBC.
That's
right.
it.
Like it's just a small world how we all know each other. I think like-minded other than the Tesla thing. But
I know.
We'll get
man.
into that.
Yes, we get to that.
MNR is in the house, right? So MNR Metals is here. Let me share all the information. www.mnrcustommetal.com, mnrmetal@gmail.com to reach them out. And on Instagram under MNR Custom Metal. And then also on YouTube, on Facebook, Eugene and Mike. But it's not Mike. What's the official name?
Misha.
Misha. Is it?
Yeah.
Which one is it?
But
Misha's one name, though.
Yeah.
Mikhail's another.
No, it's the same name.
It's the same name?
It's just a shorter version of it.
What's your versions?
Yevgen. It's
Zhenya.
Zhenya, Yevgen.
Yeah, I know Zhenya.
Zhenya, that's his.
Yeah,
That
that's
was
a short
his
I
version.
know
proper name.
Zhenya too. the
Yevgen,
painter.
it's Ukrainian version of
Yeah.
Eugene. Eugene, French.
Someone might be listening, but yeah, I know Zhenya is an actor. He's a struggling actor, this guy that I know. Okay. And he showed me some videos of him being an actor, and I was like, you got to stay painting.
Stick to construction, man. Yeah.
Just my professional opinion. This show's going to be all about what? Metal.
Sure.
But all different types of metal.
Yeah.
All right. Other than that, so a quick shout out to Rock Renovations. I'm wearing their hoodie, and then I'll wear an M&R shirt if I show
Next
it.
time.
Don't send me that size there because you'll get a little Christina Aguilera
It's okay.
action,
It's
right?
okay, man. It's okay. You got to be stylish nowadays, man.
How long has M&R been around?
13 years now.
How did it start? With you guys?
No, I started with my partner. He didn't want to come.
There's a little bit of changing going on.
Not really changing. No. We started as a metal manufacturer. Like we had to take whatever comes our way at the beginning.
But you guys, like, I met you guys through because you guys did glass floors for me, right? That's how I met you guys.
Yeah,
and you guys
yeah.
took care of all the stuff that I didn't know anything about, which was fascinating. But that's when you guys got started, where it was more structural metal. But now you guys are doing...
we never did structural metal. Never.
No, but designer structural, wasn't it? Or like you guys were focusing more on fabrication.
Every time, our strong side is fabrication. It's not, that's where we have a big shop, right? We got skill between... There's 3 guys combining. I've been doing it since I'm 19. I'm 43 years old now. Mike's been doing it since he's 16. There's 4 Mikes at our shop. I know it gets confusing, but there's 4 of us. So 3 of the 4 Mikes been doing it for over half of their life. So we got a lot of experience between 3 of us, between glass and metal. I started as sweeping the floors when I was 19 at CLL Metal Products. They're out of Oakville.
I know who you
Yeah,
are.
you know
Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So I started with Tony when I came here. I came in '99. In 2000, I worked for Tony for about 3 to 5 years. We still work together. That's where I started.
Yeah, but M&R today is completely different now.
Oh yeah, completely. Yeah.
In a much better way, I think.
We try to.
You guys make like, I give you this, and you guys make reality.
It's not even that. I don't want the jobs that everybody else wants. So if you have 10 quotes, don't come to me for a quote. I don't want this job.
It's not about the quote. It's about what you guys can pull off.
Exactly. So when nobody wants to do it and people like, oh, it's too complicated, I want that job.
Really?
Yeah,
So the more complicated,
the more complicated it is, I
you
want
the same
that job.
way. You like the same idea. That's the mindset with all the mics coming around, everybody coming around.
Dude, we need work that nobody else wants to do. That's too complicated.
But in today's day and age, more and more people coming at you guys. Or is it still about the numbers?
Not really. It's we already been known to, like, we try to provide mostly for the US market because it's easier than doing the installs over here with everything else, and obviously better money in exchange
and better projects. Obviously.
better projects, bigger ones, bigger ones. So people know already that if you want to bend up angles, don't come to us. But when we built some crazy stuff like TWA hotel up in JFK airport. We built the 8 divider doors. They were 17 feet in height,
sliding doors,
8 feet in wide and width, and out of bronze. Okay, with 13,000 rivets, custom rivets. Yeah, there were sliding doors dividing the main lobby with the venue hole.
How does
So-
it move? What kind of
Sliding doors by hand. It's all by hand.
But the casters, the
The
rollers.
rollers at the bottom, guide at the top. Everything's leveled. Everything's been designed that they can level it off and move it with their hands because it's just the cleaners that do this work.
So how do you guys take that sketch and how do you guys go, okay, fine, yeah, sure. This big, this wide, this high, this heavy.
We decide. Okay, they tell us. Okay, what purpose it serves? How heavy it needs to be? Is it a bulletproof door or is it just just separate the separate two spaces? And then we start asking questions, start drafting, showing it to the customer, and then tell us, okay, we want it like this, we want it like that, and we go back and forth until we finalize the drawing. Okay, what they want. Right, because stuff like this, it's not even the customer, it's the designer who makes the decision, right? Because on a scale like that, right? And then from there, we tell them, okay, this is the final drawings. So they came to us with 8 pages. We turned it into 130-page construction drawing, piece by piece, because it had to be all disassembled and assembled on site. You couldn't fit in a 17 by 8 foot door in the building. No way, man.
Plus delivery.
Plus delivery, plus going into JFK Airport. So I had to assemble it in the shop, disassemble it, mark it all, send it to them. So they just kind of pieced it as a Lego and installed it.
So how does the designer even come up with the starting point for the price on that?
There's no
There's no price.
No, but I think what it is when the project, the root of the project begins when they kind of budgeting it. They know that those doors are going to be expensive because this is a feature piece.
Yes.
Right. It's what stands out.
Is it glass insert?
No, it's all brass, all out of bronze, stained bronze. The whole thing was all out of bronze. So it's 8 sheets of bronze per door.
It had like steel or stainless.
No, it had a steel
Structure?
HSS core, hollow structural steel core.
Yeah.
Right. So it came apart in 2 sections. So when they brought it to site, they slid it, put the screws in, covered it with it's like a Lego essentially. So they covered it with panels, put the doors on track, they work. That's
That's
it. Done deal.
beautiful, eh?
We made sure that all the levelers, all the guides, all the V-grooved guides are adjustable because I understand the construction is never perfect and stuff like that.
And I would say that's another one hard skill of us because like usually we get like ideas, like some designers like create something and we just making the bridge from the idea to the reality. So we are making it like doable, make it fabrication like happen.
What's the thickness of the brass?
The brass was, I think, 16 gauge, which is 050 in brass. So, yeah, 050, 16 gauge.
16 gauge is what thickness? 050 millimeters is translated to what? I don't know. 1.2
mil, yeah.
Mil.
Yeah, so it's thin stuff. It goes into it goes
16th of an inch.
Yeah, it's exactly 1/16. It goes into so when you're building something like that, especially for the public spaces, hotels, restaurants, you need fire rated MDF in behind it.
Really?
Yeah.
Because of the commercial space.
Because of the commercial space. Just in case if the fire happens on the inside of the venue, they close the doors. Fire rated MDF will hold it for whatever time, 40 minutes, an hour, whatever it is.
Hopefully none of that ever happens.
Exactly. But I'm just saying that's how it works. So that skin was glued onto the MDF, and then those panels were put on like a Lego, screwed together, and
I want you guys to fabricate something. I want to bring something back into the construction industry, and I want to start off with like it being very Portuguese. I want like a wrought iron kind of railing for a Portuguese porch where it has a lot of Portuguese, like the crest and maybe a hammer and some grapes and stuff like that.
Sure, whatever you want, man. Whatever you want, Manny.
Don't do it. If a client ever comes to you guys and asks you to do that, you say no. No,
Manny,
no.
You want something like that, no problem, man. For you, buy almost anything.
I don't want to see any of that,
As long
man.
as you pay.
No, I don't want to see that. Years ago, I remember being in like St. Clair and Dufferin area, and I saw an old man putting green 3-tab shingles on his roof. Green.
Why not?
My first question is: they still make those shingles?
But shingles, they might have been copper and turned green.
No, they were asphalt.
Green shingles.
Green 3-tab.
Wow.
Not even architectural style. How many people in the shop?
4.
That's it?
That's it.
I thought there'd be more.
We had more. We were up to 16 people, but to carry that, it's impossible. You out of 16, you have 8 that work, 8 that don't work.
Yeah, that's kind of like government.
No, government's even worse than that, man.
1/16 work.
One
And the
out
rest
of
them
one
don't
out of
work.
16 maybe where they pretend to work. Other 15 don't work at all. Yeah, it's hard to find people, so we decided it's easier for us to sub some of this work, let's say, to CLL.
Nobody
or-
wants to fabricate. Nobody wants to get their hands dirty with metal and grind. No.
They do, man. They want $40 an hour. Okay, they want to come in. Has no idea how to
Start?
hold. Yeah, start. Start. Okay, maybe not 40, maybe 35 at the minimum.
Do you show them finish?
And it's not that I show them the torch and they don't know how to turn on the welding machine. So I tell them, I'm sorry, but you don't fit the description.
On their resume, they have any fabrication experience?
They have fabrication. I know
Or do
how
they
to
write down YouTube?
No, he gives me references and everything else. As I said, I give him a torch and a welding machine. He looking at me like like he just came down from Mars, man. It's just like, I don't know how to use this machine. But you told me you can weld.
So busted.
But it's not just about welding.
It's
right?
everything, man.
No.
It's everything.
You have to be fabricated, not just like
versatile. It's not
welder,
even
like
fabricating.
Custom. It's MNR custom.
Versatile. You got to be willing to spend your time. The thing is, the biggest problem with most of the workers is patience. Nobody has the patience. And what we
but
do
your
is
work
patience.
takes time to create.
Exactly. That's why when we hire people, I tell them, I said, listen, man, I don't care if you make mistakes. Okay? Everybody makes mistakes. If you don't make mistakes, you don't work. Period. As simple as that.
Of course.
Okay?
That's how you fix the
So I
mistakes.
tell the guys, you fucked something up, come to me and say, listen, I fucked up this job. No problem, we'll fix it. Okay? But why'd you fuck it up?
But sorry,
But why'd you fuck it up? Because you didn't want to. You don't want to take your time to do it properly. You wanted to do it
Are
fast.
you talking like specifically the younger generation? And but like, listen, you guys are in your 40s, so to me, you guys are younger than me, right? Technically, you are, right? But
Yes,
the thing is,
we
but
are.
You guys have the same mindset. I think all of us that are in their late 30s, early 40s, and older, we have all the same mindset. We see the road the same way.
Yes.
Right. But this younger generation, 20s and the 30s, they're coming in like that. I want to be them. I want to be you guys now.
Or they come in, I just want to weld, and I tell them, I don't need to just a
But
welder.
that's not what it works. That's not how it works, right? At
Exactly.
all.
And but don't forget the society, the school, the colleges where they go, they tell them, oh, you finished college, yeah, you gotta make at least $40 an hour. So go back to the teacher that told you that you gotta make $40 an hour and
Get
tell
them
them to
to hire
hire
you.
you. Exactly. I'm not gonna pay you $40 an hour because you're not pulling your weight. If you're pulling your weight, no problem.
Let's be fair. How many bucks an hour you guys make on some days? You might be lucky to get the same amount that a McDonald's guy is working,
Dude,
depending
man.
on the jobs.
Manny, last year,
That's what I mean.
Manny, last year it costed me probably $250,000 just to stay afloat.
I believe it.
Just to stay afloat. We're not talking,
You
not
have a
make
shop. You have everything. There's overhead, regardless if shit's going on in the world.
Exactly.
Right?
Exactly. It doesn't matter. We work, we don't work, we have a job, we don't have a job. The guys got to get paid at least their minimum wages, okay, which is 40 hours a week. Okay, you got to pay for the shop because they'll kick you out. Okay? So you have to somehow survive that year in hopes that next year is going to be better. I think last couple of years been the worst for us in 13 years due to the rates going up. COVID hit it hard and the effect of...
How did you guys survive?
Oh, COVID was sick, man. For us, we were busy.
Just turn the mic like this, like this.
Yeah, that's
But
better.
the whole construction market was like surviving mode like last year. The whole market.
But it's the first time this
lots
generation's
of
ever
bunkers.
been in survival mode, eh? They've never experienced survival mode.
Well, when we opened up in 2011, the economy wasn't that great. Let's put it that way.
No, it was just on the backs of the Americans. They were going through the worst housing collapse since the Depression. And then Harper in here in Canada prevented all that.
Yeah.
But then, we got the circus came into town 9 years ago, right?
Man.
So then it just made things worse here, right?
Oh, it's crazy, man. Like look at the rent. Look at the rent of the space.
Have you guys, be honest, have you guys had a conversation about leaving?
Leaving where?
The fabrication, leaving the warehouse, go someplace else, move the shop else.
Oh, we're thinking about it, but the thing is, anywhere you're gonna go, you're gonna get the sticks in your wheels by the government in different shape and form. So let's say if I want to pick up a piece of land with the property outside of a Toronto and throw a 7,000 square foot pre-inch building, my tax is gonna go through the fucking roof on that property. So I am forced back into the rental unit, which is 8,000 square foot is $18,000 a month.
A home built on trust, crafted with care. Your home is more than just a structure. It's where memories are made, where your family grows, and where you find comfort. That's why your renovation or building project deserves nothing less than the utmost care and quality. Because it's not just about creating a space, it's about creating a place where life happens. Tim, the heart and soul behind Ravineview Construction, understands that your home is personal, and whether you want to be involved in every detail or prefer to leave it in the hands of a trusted expert, he and his team are here to make your vision a reality. At Ravineview Construction, every project is handled with the passion it deserves, from the initial site assessment to the final touches that turn a house into a home. Tim's team doesn't just build, they protect what matters most. With a reputation built on trust, excellence, and a commitment to using only the best materials, Ravineview Construction ensures that your home isn't just beautiful, it's built to last. Tim and his team work alongside the finest tradespeople, guiding you through every step so you always feel confident and cared for. Let them help you create a space where you can enjoy peace of mind and cherish moments with those you love for years to come. Connect with Ravineview Construction today at 416-671-0170 or visit them at www.rvchomes.ca. For direct inquiries, email Tim at info@rvchomes.ca. Let them build not just a house, but a home filled with lasting memories. This message is proudly supported by the Construction Life. What do you guys love about the business?
I love working with my hands.
So you love the physical act of
I
creating
love.
something.
I don't necessarily work all the time in the shop, but I like that part of it, is creating things. You know, if I had a choice of just working in the shop or doing the office, I own the shop all day long.
What are you, shop or?
No, G's the office.
Your
I'm more
office,
like
your
in,
computer.
in more business development like niche. So I'm just like to create, but in different way. To find a way.
But you both need each other.
Absolutely, it is.
Right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Do most of the kids that come in want to do more yours or more not more yours?
Well, we don't really look at anybody for the office work because it takes time. And when you hire a younger guy, like for instance, I have my cousin, he works for me for a few years now. Dennis is 22, 23 years old. He's been with me since, I don't know, 7 years.
I got boots older than him, eh?
Yeah, no, and he's really good. Like, he's really good, but still he's green as they get. And what I mean by it, when you need to push somebody, you know, he doesn't have it. You know what I mean? Like when you need to go.
He can't delegate. He can't.
Not really. No, not like I can do it. Let's say, you know what I mean? So it's.
But you're not afraid of telling people the truth to understand that for you to get to this point,
Exactly.
you need to experience this.
Exactly. But let's say I send him, I said, Dennis, listen, go deal with this provider, you know, like the supplier. They need to finish this material by a certain date. So he calls them and, oh, guys, maybe, thank you. No, man, we paying you the money. You told me it's 2 fucking weeks. I better be here in 2 weeks and it better be ready and done good. Okay? But he cannot do it because again, we're going back to the society, right? That teaches you, oh, this guy cannot tell you that in that manner. Oh, you're so rude.
Do you think it's gonna get better?
No fucking way, man. It's gonna
Anytime
get
soon?
way.
It's
It's
gonna
gonna
get
get
worse?
way worse before it's gonna get better.
Yeah,
that's how it's gonna work, man.
Yeah.
Who's actually doing a good job in the world? Where?
I don't think anybody does any
In
good
terms
work.
of what?
You know, I think who does good work in the, like, you mean from the leaders?
Just
Or what do
like
you mean?
like
Or which countries are doing good?
Yeah, which country is actually a good
The ones
example?
the ones that we don't hear about.
Yeah, because they don't care about.
They don't care
being
about
a
us.
part
man.
of this bullshit.
They're not the part of it. Like Singapore, for instance, are they part of? Do you hear anything about Singapore? No, but they do extremely well, man. They don't need to be involved with everybody else. Okay, they don't need to measure cocks with anybody else. Okay, they're doing extremely well over there.
An A-track guy.
Okay, like look at the Abu Dhabi, Saudi Arabia.
I know someone just sent me a video. He goes, look, my watch, my wallet, my keys on the hood. I'm gonna go shopping, come back out,
And it's
right
gonna
here.
be there, man. Of course,
Nobody steals there.
Of course. And look what they've built. Look what they've built.
Try that in Toronto.
Dude, look what they've built just with oil. Never mind, just with oil. And how many years? 30, 40 years they built a country like that.
Listen, I'm telling you to start digging out west. I want people to start digging out west again. Okay,
absolutely,
I've been
man.
telling everybody on this show for years that we should be building a tunnel underneath the Gardner and also the 401 now, right? So we create jobs. We would create all this infrastructure. We would have money in this country, but that's not the plan here.
No.
The plan here is to continue the circus. Can you hear the music?
Yeah.
You can hear the music,
Yeah,
right?
absolutely, man. Absolutely.
It's a bunch of clowns there. That's what's unfortunate. And it's just hurting small business because every country is built off a small business. You guys technically are a small business still, right?
Yeah, the economy of this country is especially built on small business, right? Because
80 or 90%, right, of small business.
I'm not sure what's
believe
the.
it.
Yeah,
And that's
a
the
lot.
one. That's the one segment that they're attacking the most.
Yeah, of course, man. They want you on their knees, on your knees. So you follow them, and you go, okay, I'll get. How much you gonna pay me? 3,000 a month, 5,000 a month. Okay, I'll do what you tell me. I don't want it, man. I didn't come to this country for handouts, man.
And then if you try to speak up, then you get attacked somehow.
Exactly.
Right?
You a bigot. You this, you that, right? And yeah.
I stopped caring a long time ago.
me
Someone
too, man.
say shit about me, I'm like, the line's over there. Go stand in line and go
Take
talk.
a number, man.
Don't give a shit anymore. The point is, at least I'm saying something. At least I want to try to figure out how to do something.
And this is the problem of this society, right? This society, it's like herd of sheep. I'm sorry to say that, but
I agree with you. I'm not disagreeing with you. I totally agree.
They follow one, and the thing is, even if it doesn't make any sense or it contradicts everything, they're still gonna do as they're told. Okay, but think for themselves,
this society.
But think for themselves. People stop thinking for themselves. They think that the government got their best interest in their mind. No fucking way. Tell me when. But this is what it. But the reality is like that. Like even for people who, like you tell them, you were liberals. Like look what's going on. Look what's going on in schools. Look what's happening to your mortgage. Look what's going on in the stores. Everything, right?
October 1st,
Across the
digital
board.
tax coming in.
Oh, here we go.
All this bullshit tax on top of tax, right? How
And
you run a
people
business.
and people fall for it, right? Okay, that's good. Which way of form is good? Like look at our health system.
What's funny is that if any journalists were to say all the small business owners ran their business the way the government's running this country,
Oh fuck!
how long would you guys survive?
No, we wouldn't survive at all.
You'd be in
Not a
debt.
quarter.
You'd be in red. You'd be getting phone calls from the banks for all this. You
For
need
everything.
money, everything. Things would be taken away. Fabrication, machines, all this stuff, because you're not running the business right. I don't know why people don't bring that up. Like you guys are not running this business correctly.
The thing is this country just as corrupt as any other. Okay, it's just it's not as obvious as it would be in a third world country, let's say like Ukraine or where poverty, right? When people live bad, we have for most part there's a lot of middle class in Canada, right?
You still think there's middle class here?
I still think there's a middle. Like I live in Georgetown.
The biggest country that has the biggest middle class right now is China.
Dude.
You sure?
Oh, positive. It's
many.
huge.
Yeah,
It's
but
huge.
I've been there twice. I lived there for 6 months. I wouldn't say that, man. Like you have
No,
to.
so it's a gauge here. So this is this is 2 years ago. It's a gauge. So, okay, movies. Let's just talk about movies, right? Right now, China's almost overtaken America. And movies are directly linked to middle class. So since they started growing the middle class, their movie numbers are so huge that's why you start watching movies and all of a sudden there's a Chinese influence in there.
Man, you forget you're forgetting one small
What's that?
thing. It's a communist country, man.
Oh, I know that.
Yeah, so
I
you're
understand
gonna
that.
hear only what the government's allowed to hear.
No,
The
you're
actual-
hearing 10% of what reality is.
Exactly.
Let's
So
describe
what's the difference
the
between-
definition of middle class then?
True, fair enough.
that's one of the
that's
things.
because
Middle class to what? To China?
20 years ago, middle class in Canada was like different than right now. I would say so.
So right now, what's the average Canadian making income-wise?
Family?
Let's,
Or you're talking about a person?
let's go individual.
Dude, I would say probably 50,000.
50,
I agree
60,
with you.
yeah.
50 to 60 G's.
And how
And
much-
again, this you would be lucky to make that kind of money.
How much because of taxes and
Yes.
stuff? How much are now? How much of that is being taken away? Like that's what you're left with when they're taken away.
By the end of the day,
you're
probably
making
third,
100.
Third would be taken away.
That's a lot.
Oh, dude, it's huge, man.
And then
It's huge.
business-wise, it's the same thing. You guys are getting hit. We're all getting hit hard.
It's not only that you're getting hit on the taxes, then you got the WSAB, okay? Then you got this, then you got that. And then again, all these made up organizations, they're not doing any good for the business, not at all.
No,
like-
they're doing good for themselves.
Exactly. It has nothing
They
to
collect money to just
Exactly.
keep.
Yeah, to sell you air. To send you an email to tell you that you're a safe place, just keep paying it. Keep paying,
So
keep paying.
how do we fix this? I've been talking about we should have a blue collar party.
And how is that going to resolve the issue? Like, look, okay, you're going to have.
First of all, it'll never work because they'll never let you in.
The thing is, like, look, it's the same thing as having a union. What's union represents?
Union used to be a good idea.
Okay, exactly. It used to be a good idea.
I'm talking like 50.
I understand.
60,
I know exactly what
yeah.
you're talking about. Okay, when people, were not paying fair enough. Now,
Yes.
Teachers want to make 150,000 and work 3 days a week and have out of those 3 days they want to have one PA day. So essentially they want to work 2 days a week, make 150,000 and do nothing about it. And again, what we get such a great education in our schools here in Canada?
Nope.
No fucking way, man. Our kids are being fucking indoctrinated, not taught what they need to be taught.
I'm glad that Mike came and not hold back, eh?
The fuck, I'm never hold back, man.
I'm not gonna police you, man.
I don't
Trust
give
me,
a dude. I don't care,
I will
man.
never police
I don't
you,
care.
man.
Free speech, man.
Exactly.
We moved here for a reason, right? I didn't come here to hide somewhere. Oh no, I'm not gonna say it. It might be wrong. I don't give a fuck about anybody's feelings. At the end of the fucking day, what feelings? Feelings not gonna pay your bills.
No.
Here we go.
My argument is like you guys go to work and fabricate, and if you don't go to work and fabricate, do you still get paid?
Fuck no.
But yet, it feels like everybody that's in a power position doesn't go to work and they still get paid. If they get caught, they still get paid. If they lie and cheat, they still get paid. Everybody gets paid. But small business owners don't go to work; they don't get paid. They can't survive.
But that's the way the system been made, right? Like it's just the way it works, man.
Why do you want to convince me about Tesla?
It's not that I want to convince you about Tesla, but when I'm spending $1,200 a month on gas on my
That's a
truck,
lot.
okay, and I'm paying $900 for a lease, including the fucking electrical, that's a little bit of savings.
You remember when
right
gas was like 35 cents?
No, I wasn't here when it was 35
That
cents.
would have been the 80s, late 80s.
No, I came in 99. I think it was still under the dollar. But now, I have 2 cars. My parents live about 100 kilometers away. So I got to travel,
That's a
four
long distance.
4 times a week, to my parents. So that's 200 a trip. It's 800 kilometers in a month. So if I would be driving my 5.7 Hemi, dude, you know what it's going to guzzle, right? And I have 3 kids to pay for their sports, tuitions, and everything else, which was fucking taken away by these motherfuckers who's in power right now. Liberals.
What do you mean? What was
Like the sport, we had at least sport incentive for the kids that we get some money back if we spend on the sport.
They got rid of that?
They get rid of it, man. Just like they get rid of what is it called? When you and your wife could share the income and then split it.
Spousal assistance or whatever?
No. It's an income. So one person makes less, the other person makes more. So they combine it and split it. So this way the tax is a little bit less.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
They took it the way
They got rid of that too, huh?
They get rid of that.
Oh, there's
too,
a
man.
bunch of stuff they
Oh
get
yeah,
rid of,
man.
right?
Oh yeah. And again, like let's say my kids travel for sport because all 3 of them they compete on the international level. Okay? And any other country, if your kid goes to a world competition, at least they cover some portion.
They're not covering any of it?
Fuck no, man. Nothing. They'd rather be your kid stupid as fuck, okay? And that's it. That's all they want from you. They want a beating sheep. They don't want your kids smart. They don't want them healthy.
I disagree with you, man. Trust me, I'm not disagreeing
look, why
with
they've been
you.
pushing in school so fucking hard that vaccine? Like, why? Why they've been
because it was set up in a certain way.
I understand.
Listen, we're in construction. I know the majority of construction disagreed with it. I don't care what level you're at in construction. They disagree with it because you know why? They questioned it.
Yeah, of course.
If you question something and you want information, how do we get things done in construction? You question things.
Yeah, absolutely.
You can't just give me a drawing and go build this. I'm going to have to question how to build it. I'm going to have to look at it. And I already know from experience, I have answers to some of the questions, but I want to get more answers to more questions.
Yeah.
So when that all came about, we questioned it.
That's a good philosophy.
And the answers didn't line up. So just to say
there were no
accept
answers.
it,
There were no answers.
There was no
man.
answers. It was marketing.
Follow the signs.
It was all marketing.
Follow the signs. What
I
is
know.
science?
It was all garbage.
Like, are you guys?
I know. I get it.
And it's everything like that. It's not. We're not just talking about this in specific. Just and that incident with the COVID. It's since these people came to power, everything they say you don't question them. It's just like let's split the wealth. Especially no. Listen to that.
Sure. Let's split the wealth. Let's start with the PM.
That's
Can you
number
please
one.
split the $400 million?
And the best part is when you ask the college, as we spoke before, the younger generation, you go to college and tell them, listen, let's split your GPA with the worst. You work hard, you made your 3.9 GPA.
No, you're making this shit up, right?
No, I'm not.
You're not making that shit up?
No. So they came to the kids that wanted. The kids that listen to that. The kids that wanted to split the wealth between everyone equally. When they've been asked if they want to split their GPA with everybody else, like, no, I don't want to split my GPA. Why would I split I worked so hard for my GPA. Why would I give it to somebody else? But taking the money away from somebody and give it to the poor, it's okay.
Everybody works with you want to split wealth, it's fine. Start going with the elites.
Yeah, exactly.
Start splitting that wealth.
Yeah, but that's not going to work.
It will never work because they're the ones that are saying what works and what doesn't work.
Absolutely.
According to suiting them.
Mm-hmm.
My biggest, and I've talked to Tim about this several times, it's the food. I'm so sick and tired of the food here.
What do you mean?
The groceries, they're just the food. I don't touch certain food because I know
What they put in there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never gone through so much baking soda in my life. I got to start buying like container ships of baking soda now.
Just to wash? Oh.
Don't wash
Vegetables and everything? Right?
I only touch certain vegetables. Fruits, I only talk berries.
Okay.
Berries and bananas, that's it. Because I'm a monkey. I love bananas, right? But strawberries, raspberries, blueberries, blackberries, I love.
Yeah.
But I wash the shit out of them. I don't
With
touch
baking soda, right?
all baking soda. I wash it. I soak it for 15 minutes, right? I just have to.
We're lucky we have a big lot. My parents have a big lot, so they grow stuff.
That's what, I even suggested that all the new housing communities that are built, there should be a greenhouse in the center and everybody contributes to it and they all grow their own foods.
You think that's going to happen, man?
Never! Because the big builders and the developers and the government were like, no, we don't want you growing your own food.
No.
That's completely pesticide free. We don't want that.
No.
No. Why do we have spikes in certain kids and all this other crap, right? No, there's a bunch of shit, right?
It's not about, right? Like the whole thing is not about us, right? It's not about the peasants. It's all about the government, what they want to do, what's their agenda, how they want to do it, and everything else, right? And you got to follow it. Yes, okay, yes.
Here's the funny thing is I look at it like this. We're speaking up and arguing these points for future generations. We're speaking up on our behalf, right? Like we want our children and who's got the music going on here?
Did you hear that saying about tough times?
Yeah, I know that tough time. Crazy. Yeah, tough times.
So now with the power, since the new government came to power 9 years ago, the whole society become weak. They start handing out the money during COVID, and look, the result of it. People don't want to go back to work. They want to sit at home and do nothing, on their computer.
Did you read that there was a large portion of how many people work for CRA, right?
Oh, I don't know.
How many?
No. The point is, I think it's more than twice the amount that work for IRS. So you have America, that's almost 400 million.
Yeah,
people.
I was about to say.
You have Canada, that's 40 million people.
Yeah.
We have more people working in our tax system
than in the
all
States.
of the U.S.
Even though they got 10 times the population.
So get this, they actually just recently discovered and shared on the media, there was a large portion of those CRA employees that applied for CERB assistance.
Oh, absolutely. Many, they were handing it out right, left, and center.
Did you know also that any member of parliament does not get audited from CRA? They're exempt from it.
Why is that?
Because they're a member of parliament.
That must be nice.
I think the one group that should be audited on a weekly basis is them.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. But that's, there's nothing new, man.
It's fiscally responsible. We need to know where you're taking our printed money. You know what I mean?
It's
scary. It's very, very scary.
It is scary, but again, you got to deal with it, okay? Whichever way you can.
My point about we're thinking about future is the current leadership is only thinking about now. They only do things to keep the job that they have.
Are they thinking about now?
Oh, it's how much money I can put in the pocket.
Yeah,
right
that's
now.
that's not even thinking about now. That's thinking about accumulating the wealth in a short period of time as much as possible. Yeah. That's what it is.
So
because
I'm going to secure generational wealth for my family and only my family. That's what they're thinking about it now. Versus us, we're questioning because we want future generations to actually still thrive in this nation. We care about the future. We're not just doing it for ourselves. Are you doing things for yourselves?
No, not really.
No.
Especially when you have kids, man. It becomes completely. You're doing everything for your kids.
Right now, the majority of Canadians are surviving, and the unfortunate thing is the majority of leaders are thriving.
Of course, not all of them thriving, not majority. There's no such thing
It's
as
scary as hell.
It's
So why
been-
stay? Why stay then?
It's been like this for okay, but where are you gonna go?
Because it's the same everywhere else.
Where are you gonna go? Tell me where you're gonna go.
You got to find an island that nobody's there, and then start the land of Mike. You know what I mean? Like you just start MNR Island. I don't know.
Yeah, but
But then you'll get tariffs.
exactly. You know, you're gonna get screwed one way or the other.
You'll get
you know?
screwed one way or the other, man.
They'll find a way to tax you. They'll find a way to whatever fine you, and yeah, it's just the way it works, man. It's as they say that the government has one more bullet than you at any given time.
I've never heard that one, but that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. Government got one more bullet than you do. So if you want to fight them, go for it, buddy. They paying to fight you with your own fucking money. Because you're the one who paid the taxes, your friends and family paid the taxes, right? If you want to fight them, they're gonna use that money, but you have to go in your own pocket and
You know,
fight
it's
them.
really hard. Like, I go downtown occasionally now, and I just see the faces of the younger generation, right? And I see faces, like, we've all seen this, right? You see faces of defeat, acceptance. I don't see people ambition anymore. I don't see it in their faces.
But you have to understand, it's not the people that it's that's the way they've been brought up. This is the whole society.
I know, but
The school put it into you. Then you went to college.
Do you know the story of Viktor Frankl? You know who Viktor Frankl is? A Man's Search for Meaning, that book?
No.
He was a Nazi concentration camp, a prisoner, right?
Okay, no, I didn't know.
So
okay.
his whole book is about how he had a certain mindset to survive, even though he knew every single day could be his last day, and he was watching people around him die in front of him or around it, like whatever. But he still survived, and it was. You talk about the system, and they're looking at the defeat and everything like that. That's the individual. You could have an environment that could be the worst environment, but
Yes.
it's how you look at it. If you let that environment absorb inside of you,
Yes.
then you're just going to be another part of that environment. But if you confront that environment, you can change that environment. But that's on the individual.
But the thing is, the way it's brought up here, as you know, we just, you know, you have to think about others' feelings. You cannot say this. You cannot do that.
That's bullshit.
But that's the
know.
reality, man, and that's why I'm saying.
I'm
it's,
sorry. There's two sexes. You asked me a question.
yeah,
male
man.
and female.
Yeah, that's
I'm a dog. I used to be a dog owner. I had two dogs.
Yeah.
Like the thing, I had a male and a female,
Yeah.
and I chopped off his balls,
Yeah.
and then I had her fixed,
Yeah.
and she was still a she, and he was still a he.
absolutely.
He had a blue handkerchief collar. She had a red handkerchief. There's male, female in
Yeah.
every species except for the human species, right?
divide and conquer. We talking right now about what you're saying. It's called divide and conquer.
I know. We get it.
That's all it is. It has nothing. There's no more to that but just divide and conquer. And if you're gonna keep the society divided, it's easier to manipulate it.
We got to talk about some construction.
Let's
Yeah.
go for it, man. Let's
Let's
go, man.
talk about
Let's go, buddy.
growing market in
Let's
downtown
go.
construction market. There is
Where is it growing?
It's in downtown. Homeless people.
High-rise?
Homeless people. No, homeless people are building like lots of those like camps, you know, and it's a growing market right now. Listen,
You know, I'm
I've
really,
seen
I'm envious because they don't need building permits.
like you can go talk to them, but I've seen like literally like huge like mansions on the lake shore on the grass, beautiful area, like for free.
You remember when they did
for
that
free?
whole-
They have barbecues there. They have like everything.
They have to. They have to survive, and there's just,
Homeless?
No, it's just like
I mean,
it's no. Listen, I'm not. You remember 5 or 6 years ago? Remember with Cherry Street, the bridge, that whole Dawn, the foot of the Dawn, that whole reconstruction.
Yes.
Yeah. That whole thing is being redeveloped
Yes.
now, and then
Yeah,
they
yeah.
put the bridges there. But
Yes.
just before they started doing the construction there, they got rid of all the homeless people, and I'm like, where'd you put them? Like when they talk about clean up Regent Park, oh, we're revitalizing the neighborhood. Where'd you put them? They didn't go under the ground. They didn't die. They just got displaced to another part of the city, and then you're going to try to revitalize that part of the city. Moss Park is still that way. There's still, if anything, there's more. That's why you bring that up. You go to Trinity Park in Queen West, it's full of it. They're just there.
Man, that's the way it's like. Look,
That's
listen.
what they want.
Exactly. Like everything's done by design. It's not just just because they know exactly what they're doing. People fall for it, and it just works.
The faces of defeat. I see men and women with their cameras and they're TikToking and they're walking around and then they're moving their camera to avoid seeing the homeless person behind them in their background because they don't want that represented on social media.
Yeah, but that's the reality. Like, why are you showing this illusion? It's just
Exactly, it's
illusion.
illusion. Yeah.
Like, why? Because this is a part of our life, And again, the biggest contributor to this problem is our government.
They keep on feeding it.
Yes.
How do you fix this? It ain't changing the government. I tell you that right now.
No, it's not changing the government, man. But the thing is you have to understand that Canada is one, even after what happened with the new government and everything else, it went down the fucking drain in the last 10 years and everything. It's still one of the top countries, okay? And people don't understand what is bad.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I know. I know exactly.
This is what it is, man.
We are from
People think this
Ukraine.
is bad here.
Dude,
this is not
the
bad.
homeless live here better than most of the fucking people of Ukraine living not homeless. Okay,
That's
here
the
you can go
reality.
to the fucking stops to a traffic light, beg for 2-3 hours. You're gonna get yourself food and probably you're gonna get yourself a fix as well.
Yeah, you'll
You
have
know?
food like from food bank. Like, you have so many options to
Back
survive.
home, you're not gonna get fuck all.
There's nothing.
Nothing.
In order to die, like here, like you have to, like, you should like want to die. Like that's my life's goal. I want to die.
And
today.
again, man, all these like homeless people, like you're saying fixing that problem. I'm sure some of them have some sort of a skill. Okay.
I agree.
I'm sure some of these people have a skill. Okay, all you need to do is just, again, it's if they're heavily addicted, obviously it's gonna be a battle for them. Okay, but if they're not heavily addicted and they're just homeless, I'm sure there's a way to get them out of there, right? But nobody's giving them even that chance.
They're not even designing those chances.
No, that's the whole
When
thing.
you start setting up vending machines that are selling drugs,
Manny, if you want a puberty blockers, here, buddy, take them. You want to people get off the street? No, that's not okay. We can bring more people from out. Like, why are we bringing people from outside when we have our own on the street and we can fix that problem and put them to work?
I think what COVID should have taught everybody is that you should fix each nation internally first and then consider fixing other nations.
But
That's not the agenda. That's not what's supposed to happen. right?
Exactly.
Like, you got a deal that just was made with Quebec there with a competitor to Starlink, where you're setting aside $2.1 billion to start a whole new satellite telecommunications business right in front of our eyes. It's basically a backdoor deal. Yeah. So he doesn't want Elon to thrive in Canada with Starlink.
Okay.
So they're starting their own version of it
Some Canadian company.
in Quebec. His
Okay.
friend,
and financed
his
by
buddy.
the government.
Financed by the taxpayer.
There we go.
Ooh.
There we go.
2.1 billion. That's where it's starting at. 2.1 billion.
Yeah, so it's going to be
Starting.
probably about 50 by the time they're done.
It's like Ford just announced that tunnel over the 401. He wants to go from Brampton to Markham, and they haven't even opened up the LRT, and that's already $4 billion over budget, and it's not even open yet. And you want to do a tunnel?
man,
you
that's
don't have
like
a track record.
Yeah,
of
that's
success.
that's a corruption, man.
100%. Construction is corruption. That's basically it. I think any journalist writing a story about construction in Toronto, public construction, that word construction should be removed and put the word corruption.
It should be, the prices that we pay. Let's say they spend $4 billion, or whatever, right? It should be about 10 times less from actual cost. That would should be.
But I've always said that the majority of people that get into it and they get that contract, it's like they just become the villain.
Of course.
Because they're like, wait a minute, like I can make this much,
Yeah,
but
of course.
if you want me to give you a little piece of the pie and I'll make this much,
Manny, I dealt
Sure.
with, dude. I'm not gonna say which authority I dealt with did work for. I give them a price. They're like, that's a little bit low. And I'm thinking to myself,
well, I've heard that all the time.
Manny, and I'm talking about the government.
I know
right?
what you're talking about.
And
you need to bump it up.
And I'm just like, low. Like
I'm making good money already.
I'm already fucking making good money.
Yeah.
And then I'm like thinking to myself, you know what? I'm going to give it 4 times. 4 times, Manny.
And it got approved.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. You might as well. I would do the same.
Like why would I? Somebody's going to do it. And if not me, it's going to be somebody else. Okay, so why shouldn't I do it when he's telling me straight up this is not enough money? Okay, not enough. Okay,
What do you guys think Canada is going to look like 20 years from now?
dude, it's hard to say, man. It all depends on what they're gonna do now.
Well, there's a changing of the guard down south, right? So, I've always said that if one gets in, there's civil war. If another one gets in, there's going to be a course correction, right? And then we have our own election, which is going to happen then next year. Right?
Our election is fuck all. I'm not too worried about our election because they don't.
It's going to be the one puppet to the next puppet.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
What matters is what's gonna happen November this year in the States.
November 5th. Where are we? September. What's the date today? I don't know. What
27th.
27.
Yeah. So it all depends what's gonna happen over there, and from there it's gonna be determined. Like you have to understand, we're already World War III. It's just nobody wants to admit it. Okay, we are, man.
I know.
Okay, we are.
I know.
It's just
a different type of war.
Exactly. So the Third World War was gonna be fought with nuclear weapon. Fourth one, sticks and bricks.
I know.
Right. So it's just a matter of time, man. Like we're so stupid, like the whole planet, like human beings. Like, look, we are the worst of the animal kingdom. We are the fucking worst. Okay, and until this changes, nothing's going to change.
We're the worst because we're the only ones that have designed a monetary response for everything.
Dude, greedy.
Yeah,
fucking.
Everything is associated with money.
Exactly. Everything. The whole society is. What would be the right word?
It's failed.
No, it did fail. But all I'm saying, like the whole society is built on economics. It has nothing to do with anything else. It's all money. What do you have? You have a car. You have this purse. You have this. Who gives a fuck?
How you respect someone or how you speak to somebody is all based on what you know about them regarding their monetary value.
Exactly.
Where they live, what they drive, what they do.
Exactly.
Then I'll treat you a certain way.
Exactly. And the core values have changed so much, man. What is the core value now? Shoes, watch, car. What about relationship with your parents or your kids or your friends? Like, what's up with that? Like, why we don't have any of that, man? You know what I'm saying?
I know exactly what you're saying.
So it's really sad to see, man. Really sad to see. And we came in 1999. Like, Canada was a great country, even though it wasn't 80s or 70s when it was better.
99 would have been 99. Chrétien?
I think so. Yeah, I think Chrétien. Yeah, Chrétien. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's still a good. Like you still could make a good living. You can get a job, and you know.
It was reasonable. It was still cost of living, buying a house.
Dude, we came to this country in '99. My parents owned the house in 2000. They didn't own it.
You worked hard.
They didn't own it. They bought it. It's not like they paid it out, but they could.
You were able to secure it.
Secure the house, yes. And
you can't do that today.
Dude.
That's what we are talking about middle class, which is not exist, because like we said, like 60,000 per person.
It's not that the middle class doesn't exist. It's just
what can you afford with like 120 per family? What can you afford?
You can't. You won't even make the threshold.
That's what I'm saying. Like, is that the middle class?
The cheapest condo, 500 square feet, is probably about $600,000 or $700,000.
So
the cheapest condo.
Who can afford it?
Nobody can afford that. So if you buy a dwelling, a house,
do we really have a middle class then?
No, you don't. Attention aspiring tradespeople and entrepreneurs. Looking to break into the skilled trades or start your own home service business? Meet Trade Links Consulting, your go-to partner for success. At Trade Links Consulting, they're passionate about helping you find the right trade, build your business, and mentor the next generation. Whether you're exploring your options or ready to take the plunge, they offer tailored career consulting and startup guidance to get you on the right track. Visit them at www.tradelinkconsulting.ca today and book your personalized strategy session. Your future in the skilled trade starts here. This message is proudly supported by the Construction Life.
That's what I'm saying.
But they're accepting it. And I think the next step is that's why they're trying to push this whole multi-level, living, is because I think these younger people are, I'm going to buy this floor and you buy the other floor and then you buy the other floor. It's going to be like 3-4 people buying one house. It's going to be 4 houses on top of each other. Oh. But it's going to be like $500,000 for one floor. Yeah, and that's going to be your mortgage.
Yeah, but you have years. But why is it so expensive? What makes it so expensive?
Because they've driven it up that way.
Exactly. It has not. It's not it's not a true value of any property, right? It's inflated value, okay, based on today's market, okay. But at the end of the day, when is it? It's all gonna come down. One day it's gonna all collapse.
Oh, it's gonna crash.
Yeah, it's gonna crash.
It ain't gonna be casually slowing down.
No, it's gonna come down.
Drop. And it's whoever's going to be holding the bag at that end, right?
Exactly. That's it.
And then the people that are wealthy are just going to be sitting around going, okay, we're just waiting, and now we're going to buy.
And that's exactly what's going to happen,
That's exactly
man.
what happens.
And then
right?
at last moment they just push a little bit.
What's your favorite metal?
Bronze, brass. Like
I'm thinking. Come on, man. Don't push me like that.
Bronze, brass.
Brass and bronze, they're essentially very similar alloys. One just has a little bit more zinc, and the other one has more copper. But they're very, very similar to each other. Like even in color, if I put two like this,
you would never.
you would never tell me the difference.
Really, yeah?
Yeah. Because it's just like I think 10% more copper and 10% more zinc. Zinc is silver, copper is red. Right?
But it doesn't change it a tiny. You
okay.
guys can tell.
Okay,
I wouldn't be able to.
Yeah,
tell.
you wouldn't be able to. I will be able to, and I'll be able to tell if it's been aged as well, because one's going to turn green, the other one's going to turn more brown.
The one with more copper in it is going to turn green.
Yeah.
Because of the oxidation. Okay.
Yes. Yes. The other one's going to turn a little bit more brown. You know, but with the metal that. It's not that I like to work with brass because it's a soft material, brass, bronze, whatever, months. But the thing is, it's so unforgiving. Dude, it's like doing a surgery. You're doing anything with brass, you have to wear gloves. It's a 30-degree fucking heat outside. You're wearing fucking doctor gloves, like the whatchamacallit.
The oils from your what?
Yes, from your hands, man. You touch the fucking
really?
thing. You touched after you brushed it. You touched it. It leaves the fucking fingerprint.
And you can't.
You can't remove it by just putting a rag and no. You have to rebrush the fucking thing
What
over.
kind of gloves you guys using?
Just the regular, like what are they
Gorilla
called?
gloves or
Like
something?
you know,
black
like the
ones?
mechanic gloves, like
Oh,
the
yeah.
black
Oh,
ones.
you like that, really?
Like what are they called? What are they made out of? Like the
latex.
The thinner ones.
yeah, just the thinner, like latex gloves, like the doctor latex gloves, like that kind of gloves we use for working with brass.
That makes it harder to work with.
Oh, dude, it's hard to work. It's unforgiving. You left it. You wipe it with water. You left it for 10 minutes when it's 35 degrees outside with a 90% humidity. It turns brown immediately.
Does it really?
Oh yeah, man, it's so unforgiving. People don't understand when they're like, "Oh, listen, I want this to be the same color." I was like, "Man, this is not how it works. You want the same color? I'll powder coat it for you." And they're like, "Yeah, no, but I want it stained." I cannot stain it the
Can
same
you
way.
seal it? You can't seal it, can you?
Oh yeah, you see, of
You can
course you can.
seal it.
Yeah, you can seal it. Obviously,
How long does that sealer last?
Oh, it depends what it like. If it's lacquer, it's gonna last for a long time, right? Like again, what are you using it for? Like if you're using it as a countertop, it's not practical. If you're using it as a picture frame on the wall, or if you're using it for a mirror frame, yeah, that's practical because you just apply it lacquer on it and it's done.
What's the rule again? You guys are like better known this. Like what metals can't touch each other? What metals can't work with each other because they start to affect each other? Which metal will eat another metal?
I don't know if one metal will eat another
No, because
metal.
there's like back in the day. I'm trying to remember. People are like the plumbers are listening. Like you can't put a certain metal next to copper.
Oh well, like I mean, like if you're talking about plumbers, you cannot use any steel, right? You can
Steel and copper.
You can't.
Don't work together.
No, of course not.
Yes.
Because copper oxidizes, but it doesn't rust. So an oxidization turns in kind of white
But the
kind
steel
of.
does.
But the steel will rust, right? So that what's going to happen if you put two together and you try to solder it together. As soon as it starts rusting, it's going to start leaking because the thing will start. Water will start
Eat
coming
away at it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's what
But
I
it's
mean.
But we don't really like. I mean,
Huh?
this is not.
It's in plumbing, right? So
Yeah, but it's not in our like. We don't really like. Never
You
had.
don't mix those metals.
No, man. Like we don't really like. I mean, for us, it's either it's brass or it's steel or it's Corten steel, stuff like that. But we don't really.
You ever had a client come to you guys and ask for like vibranium?
No. We had people coming in and asking for titanium, and it's like, what do you mean titanium? Like, what do you want? Well, I want the color of titanium. I'm like, okay.
What's
so
the other one? The other one from Avatar? What's the metal that they found? Whatever.
I remember
some other
Yeah.
name or
No.
something like that. Right?
No,
They
we
just
have
make up these metals.
we haven't been asked for that yet.
I would totally go in there with a serious face, going, "I need about a kilo of vibranium."
Yeah.
Where
I
do you
need a
guys
$10
mine
million
it?
deposit.
from black market.
I need a $10 million deposit. Here's my
We're
account.
going to the mine next week. We'll get it for you, no problem at all.
But yeah, as the metal, it's very brass and bronze are very, very popular.
Are you guys good woodworkers?
Huh?
Good woodworkers?
Oh.
Or is like wood foreign to you guys?
No,
metal
like I
guys?
mean, what are we talking about, man? Like if we,
I
if
don't
you,
know.
Like if you want us to make a base for a table that we're gonna clad in brass, no problem. I'll do it for you.
Yes.
You know?
So you guys work with wood.
Oh yeah, but again, we sub it out, man. Don't get me wrong. We have our
you have your strengths. You focus on your strengths.
Exactly.
Right?
So let's say I the guy tells me I need a irregular shaped table, okay, tapered down, cladded in brass. How are you gonna do this? Okay. So I'm thinking to myself, I'll send MDF to the CNC shop that does CNC routing on the MDF.
Or the water jet, whatever.
No, you cannot water jet as MDF. It's gonna get fucked up with water.
Exterior MDF.
No.
It'll still get fucked up?
Of course, man. It's a lot of pressure and a lot of water, man. A lot of pressure and a lot of water. You just take a regular guy CNC that does, the aluminum and stuff like the non-ferrous metals. Dude, and they did it all for us. We just
but
put
you
it...
can CNC metal too, no?
Oh, see, of course you can CNC metal. Yeah, the laser
We're
cutting.
talking about wood substrate.
Fuck, the splinters, man. I'm already seeing the splinters.
No, in MDF there's no splinters.
No, on the metal.
No splinters.
Nothing?
No.
Even when you CNC it?
No. You're talking about like CNC, like routing? But that's non-ferrous metals. It's aluminum and brass. That's it. There's nothing else
So
you can
there'll
do.
never be a splinter of some sort.
It's very soft material. Yeah, you'll get a little one, but like from anything else, you know what I mean? Like, no. I had splinters in my eyes from steel from cutting. Yeah, pulled out with a drill.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Well, I
man.
got that one time.
A couple times I got it. Yeah, I got it recently
Yeah,
too.
I had to go right on the edge of the iris.
No, mine was right in the fucking middle of the bowl. I could see it. I wanted to pick it myself, but I couldn't.
Get a specialist to do it. Otherwise, you'd be wearing a patch right now, right?
I know, man. I know.
Unless you're doing a pirate movie, you ain't looking
nah,
good. I'm sorry, man.
yeah.
Patches don't look great on
Yeah, I
people.
know. Yeah.
It's hard work, but nobody really wants to get into your business. They want the glory, but they don't want the work.
It's not even the glory that they want, man. Nobody wants to actually do everything. Like I asked them, can you, if I give you the drawings, can you do everything from scratch to finish? Everything yourself.
Are they
One
so
thing.
tempted to just say, yes, I'll do it? No?
Yeah, I had guys come in. Dude, I have 30 years experience. I worked for this guy. I worked for this guy. I worked for this guy. And I was like, man, these are impressive fucking companies you worked for, okay? Like, those are, like big guys.
What happened?
Dude, he fucked up that stair. He worked for a week, built me a stair. He fucked it all up. Mm-hmm. I had to apologize, tell him, listen, man, here's your paycheck for 40 hours a week. Thank you very much. Like, I understand he needs to pay the bill too.
I've
It's
done
not
that
like,
so many times.
Here,
You pay for
see
work
you
that's
later.
not accomplished.
See you later. And we had to fucking scrap this one and build it from scratch. And that's very common, man. Like, I mean, this is not the first.
Because
Like,
you're hoping that it works out.
yeah, like, I mean, if 13 years ago I was willing to sub out the work, I can build a little piece over here, I can build a little piece over here, bring it to the shop, we'll finish it. Nowadays, I don't price it that way. I'm just like, no, I cannot rely on anyone because they'll fuck me for sure. Not even intentionally. They might just take up on a job they're not capable of doing. And we had it so many times that I'm just like, I'm looking at him and I know that he wants this job because he doesn't have work. But he's not capable of doing it because I'm asking him questions, he cannot answer them. And I'm just like, no, man, I cannot give it to you. I'd rather that I have to do the weekends, I have to do the nights, and do it myself. Like finishing, I do a lot of finishing on brass myself because I've done it over years. Like we've done Ottawa Convention Center.
What's so funny?
No, I'll tell you. Ottawa Convention Center, Bank of Canada head office, Ottawa Art Gallery. All of it was stained bronze, like oiled rubbed bronze. That's an expression. Like it was just dark brown color, oiled rubbed. So you apply the patina, then you put the oil on top of it, and then they have to re-oil it every so often. I think material alone was $1.2 million of brass. Doesn't mean talking about just the material. We're not talking about we sold the job for that much money. We're talking about just buying
Just the raw material.
stock.
Just the raw material.
And then we had to finish it all.
Wow.
In that by ourselves because nobody has tanks over 10 feet in fucking Canada. Okay?
So
Dipping tanks.
How'd you do it?
We build our own tanks. We all build our own tanks. We bought our own solution. We set up. We rented a shop. We set up a shop. We brought barrels, plastic barrels. So after we use the solution, we bought the pumps. That solution that's been used, been put in the barrels. Then a chemical company came over, picked it up, and exposed of it, right? So experience came in within, dude, I was there for a year, we were fucking staining it. For a year, staining that shit. Because nobody else wanted to.
How many pieces are we?
Oh, dude, well, the
Thousands?
The Bank of Canada office building is 5 million square feet.
Where do they make all that money from?
From you, Manny, and me, and him, you know? And
It's a good contract.
dude.
You know what I mean?
Actually, it was a good contract because it was a unionized job site. We are not unionized at all, right?
How does that work then? You got to get permission?
So the way it worked, I would go down there. Let's say we ship a truck. I know the truck comes down there at 5 a.m. Right? So I am already in Ottawa at midnight. I rent a hotel right beside the Bank of Canada.
Okay.
I go down for 5 o'clock. Make sure the truck arrives. I don't even unload them any. I'm just present there just to see that these guys will actually unload it the proper way, because they used to unload in steel and stuff like that. Oh, man,
Don't care. Just in case.
you know, I ship 10 bollards over there, you know, like the intercom pedestals, and they're $25,000 each. That's $250,000 of fucking pedestals, because they're out of 1/4-inch brass.
Yeah.
8 tall, out of 1/4-inch brass, welded on the back, routed
Are you
to...
guys like stressing out? You're freaking out or
no.
what? Like,
Well,
no?
about what?
Just if something goes wrong, something gets damaged, something gets
And not my
nicked.
fucking problem when I leave
At
the
that
shop.
point,
At that
when
point,
leaves-
that's it. I just want to make sure that I don't have to redo it, even though I'll get paid for it. Okay? And so I've been there a couple times, you know, and we kind of walked around and gave them, okay, well, you guys need to do this and you guys need to do that. And it goes assembles like this just to help out, because it was a really good crew who was installing it. Couple guys were super, like, sick installers, like fucking amazing, okay? But for most part, lazy fucks. Okay, lazy as they fucking get,
Welcome
man.
to 2024
Anyways,
Union.
so they called us once and said, Mike, I need you to come down. We need to open the main fucking staircase of the bank tomorrow morning. He calls me fucking 7 a.m. I'm in Ontario. He's fucking in Ottawa. He wants to open tomorrow his fucking stair.
The next day.
The next day.
But you're non-union.
Not union. They're like, listen, we'll arrange the union. We'll do whatever.
Oh.
Whatever you want.
It's like magic.
Whatever you want.
Okay.
No problem. I take 2 guys. I go to site. I give them the number. I tell them the price. Through the roof. It's a union, PCL. Bent over. Let's go, guys. Now it's my time to give it to you. You gave me fucking for 6 months. Now I'm giving it back to you. You know? So we go down there. They said you can start working after 5 p.m.
The whole day?
Well, they called me in the morning. We packed up. We left
Oh,
probably.
you mean the day that you left? You
Yeah.
start at 5 p.m. Not
Yeah,
even wait
so,
till
so
the-
I just got there at 4
Whoa, okay.
or 3 or 4 or 4:30 p.m. We got there, right? They're like, okay, everybody's going to leave now. You guys can start work. So I start working. I can see a guy just fucking snooping around there, checking something. It's a union steward.
Of course.
Who you guys are? I was like, well, we're with this company. We've been asked to come here, but, well, you're not unionized. You can't be here. Yeah, so in Russian, I tell my guys, pack your shit. We're leaving, man. That's it. We just got paid fucking 15 grand for 2 hours worth of work. Let's go. I made a deal with the guys that hired me. I said, listen, if they're going to give me a hard time, I'm leaving. You got to pay me. Okay? Or you're not going to get the rest of your shit for this job.
Yeah.
Okay? Simple as that. So,
Seems reasonable
man,
to
he
me.
was running after me for 2 fucking blocks, man.
The steward?
Stewart.
Oh,
please
the
come
steward
back.
made a mistake.
Please come back. I didn't realize that you are the guys that they talked about. I'm just like, listen, man, I don't need to hear about your fucking shit, okay? I don't need to hear any of this. I have more than enough work in Toronto. I have 3 kids at home, okay? And I'm fucking coming. You called me 7 a.m. to come down here because you cannot stain that fucking handrail of yours, okay? I came down, did you a fucking favor. You're giving me a hard time. I'm packing up and I'm leaving right now. Get your own boys to do the shit, okay? No, please. You know, I made a mistake. And that happened a couple times like that, okay? They would give me their guys and, we'll give you 2 of mine and 2 of yours. This way it works. But his guys don't work. They just...
I know.
And that's how it worked, man. Because,
Did you get it done?
oh yeah, of course, we got it done.
Look beautiful?
Oh man,
You can go check.
it's still there.
Of course, it's going to be there.
Yeah,
Know,
it's
when
still
everything
It was
crashes.
Yeah.
10 or more years ago, right?
And around, it's been a while. It's no, not 10. No, not 10. But it's been a while. It's been a while since we've done. 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 It's
Introducing Alt Labor Solutions, the game changer for contractors and laborers. Are you a contractor needing skilled labor, or have labor in need of quick shifts? Or how about buying, selling, or renting tools, material, and equipment? Connect easily with contractors and find resources hassle-free through Alt Labor Solutions online platform. Post job listings with project details, browse public resumes, and choose the right person for the job. Explore their job board for new opportunities and connect with top talent. Alt Labor Solutions revolutionizes the labor industry with a user-friendly interface, secure payments, and a supportive team. Visit them at altlaborsolutions.com and start connecting with other contractors today. This message is proudly supported by the Construction Life.
So that's how I learned actually how to stain different ways, you know.
But that's how you have to adapt, man.
That's the only way, man. You know, one job is different from the other one. This job is powder coated, the other one's nothing on it. Next one is stained. Next one is plated steel. Next one is plated stainless. You know, and shit like that. Each job is different.
You guys ever do projects for yourselves, like for home and stuff? Or
Dude,
no,
it's just like, you know how they say, man. You know the saying about the shoemaker with no
the
shoes.
cobbler, I know.
Yeah, so that's exactly how it is, man. You know.
But you have all these tools and you have all this space and
But
no time.
I have three kids.
But what about the wives and the kids? They're not asking for. It'd be nice if we had a nice table here. Like you built that beautiful thing for RBC, and like, can you?
They
build,
don't care.
It doesn't work.
They don't care.
No,
they don't care. We don't spend much time at home. Like in the house, we always, as I said, kids in school, they come in, they go training, they
come up with a nice door knocker or something like that.
I did my fireplace, you know, like I cladded my fireplace.
Out of what metal?
I just did a cold rolled steel stain.
I like metal fireplaces.
Yeah,
Eh?
I did a cold rolled, you know, kind of patina, non-directional patina all over the place.
Did you make it in ornate or like it was
Just flat, just flat around the TV. TV
one
sits
piece or well?
No, few different pieces, like a it looks like a brick kind of put together, and then I have two drawers in there, like that you can push and they open up, and they all in once, and then there's a fireplace right underneath of it. Yeah, but they took me probably 5 years to build it, man, because as I said, shoemaker
there was no invoice. That's all it was.
There was no invoice. Yeah, if there was no invoice, I would have done it very faster, man, for sure, man, for sure.
You didn't build anything at home, nothing.
At home?
Yeah, for home.
No.
No,
The kids don't want anything.
I build beds for them. Like I build both of them. They got beds. Yeah, I build them beds.
Out of metal?
Yeah, out of aluminum and powder coated them. So it's like a candy blue and a candy apple red beds with the polished stainless steel screws that hold them together.
Nice.
Yeah, it is nice.
Twin or double or queen?
Just a single because they were little then.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And I still kept it that way, but now I think one of them I'm gonna give away to my brother because he's little kids, and build something else for them maybe.
Make a bunk bed.
No, it has a lot of sharp. Like I mean, it's been built out of like a 1x3 aluminum tube, and it's all sharp corner. Everything's sharp corner. So bunk bed's not gonna be really. Yeah, somebody's gonna bunk their head really hard on it. No, not gonna work, man. I'm thinking about it already. You know, not gonna work.
What tools you got in the shop? Is it all Makita?
No.
What is it? Can't be yellow.
Yeah, we got DeWalt. We
It's
got
yellow?
Makita. Yeah, but again, it's where we have maybe 4 or 5 drills.
But grinders, polishers, nothing?
No.
All pneumatic?
We have a lot of pneumatic tools.
Yeah.
Like the pump centers.
Yeah. Mercas? No, they don't make them.
No, we buy Dynabrade, I think.
Dynabrade.
You don't know them. It's like power tools for metal polishing and
metal
stuff.
world, yeah.
That's
I'm
at
not
metal.
familiar
Yeah.
with
So
metal
it's
world, yeah.
like so we got whatchamacall, die grinder? No, not die grinder. Dynafile? You know what is Dynafile?
No.
So it's like a belt, running belt. You're holding a tool, right? It has a running belt, like a narrow belt like that.
Okay.
And it runs. That's how you polish the metal, right?
With what kind of grit?
Oh, you can buy from 60
Anything to anything.
from 60 grit to probably 600 grit to Scotch Brites, different colors, just like you would buy any other Scotch Brites. And that's how you polish actually that's mostly for tubing and flat stock. But we also got a stroke sander. It's like a big machine with a big belt, like it's a 12-foot machine with a big belt. But I think it's a 316-inch belt overall, about 8 to 10 inches wide, and it goes from like 60 grit up to 300 grit, and you just exchange the belts and you polish it, right? But what else? We got welders. We got a cold saw. We got a cold saw from 1981 my age, so the same as old as I am. But the funny part about the cold side, it's Eisel cold side, German manufacturer. They haven't changed anything in production method of that cold side ever since.
Why would you?
It's a gearbox driven. So
It's never gonna break.
it's nothing stopping it. So you can it's I think it's like a maximum we can get a 12-inch blade, carbide blade,
Yeah,
12 inches in diameter.
not from Home Depot.
No, it's a custom motor.
Yeah.
It's not. It's a custom. We have to actually buy them from Eisel. We buy them from them because it lasts longer and it's a good quality blade, right? And we can resharpen it and get it fixed from
of
them.
course.
So imagine it's a 12-inch diameter blade. The thickest probably we can go through is 5-inch solid 5-inch. Okay.
Solid 5-inch metal.
Any it is stainless, no problem. I'll go through it like butter. Okay. And but when the blade breaks, sometimes material comes in and it's twisted. Nothing comes perfect, as
And
you
it
understand,
binds.
right?
The blade binds.
Yeah.
And that's when you're gonna break it.
So the blade will break, like it'll shatter, like because it's carbide, right? Like it'll literally just think like glass and it'll break into a few pieces. Okay, but the saw will keep going.
Wow, that's gotta be scary.
Very scary. But it's not a fast saw. That's the whole thing. Like it's literally.
You oiling it?
Yeah, it
You have
has
to oil it.
it's running oil. It has a coolant running all the time. As soon as you turn on the saw, the coolant's running.
Is it all like olive oil? No.
We buy special. It's a
Extra virgin.
Walters oil.
Walter's oil?
You know Walter, like the tool
Oh, I know
manufacturer.
Walter, the company. Yeah, of
So we
course,
buy
yeah.
their oil. We buy their big.
They make their oil?
Yeah, for specifically for like cold saws and.
So a little bit for cold saw, a little bit for the grocery store.
Exactly, man.
Right? That's
Exactly.
how it is?
Yeah,
Seed
yeah.
oils
A
are
little
gonna
bit
go
for
over
home.
there?
A little bit for home. A little bit for home. Yeah, we got a few welders. Lots of hand tools we got.
Everybody got a funky mask or what? Nobody does that anymore these days.
What funky?
No designs, no nothing. Nobody makes any funky for the welding masks.
No, man. We got all the guys got like.
Nobody's
500
character?
No, bro. It's a $500 fucking speed mask. They're not putting shit on it, man.
Put some designs on it.
Oh, stickers they put all the time.
Not stickers,
Oh,
a design, like a design, a graphic or
yeah.
something.
Before, when we were younger, we would put it, but now the guys, they don't care. They just come.
Maybe
in
get them to put a face, like a copy of their face on the side. So when they're out, like they're welding, they're looking at you on the
Somebody,
side,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
Then they have another one on the other side. They're looking at the other side. No,
Nah.
that'd be kind of cool. I would do that, but I'm not a welder.
Nah, man. It's
I love looking at it. I'll never touch it.
Yeah, it's,
no way.
It's, when you weld a lot, man, everybody's like, yeah, it's cool. No, it's not fucking cool after you weld.
It's hard,
day
man.
in and day out. We just did a 1,500 panels, aluminum panels for what the fuck? Which airport? New York. I think either it's JFK or maybe. Anyways, doesn't matter which airport. Aluminum welding, man. We welded for a month nonstop.
Isn't that the hardest welding to do?
No, it's not. It's not that it's hard. It's just different because the heat. Aluminum absorbs the heat right away, so it's
fast.
And it's everywhere. The heat is everywhere, so it absorbs and spreads it all over the piece. Okay.
Does it change?
No. So when you're welding steel, stainless, it's just in that spot. The heat generated just in that spot, and that's how you melt metal, and then you add the wire and put it all together. With aluminum, it's different, right? As soon as you're starting to heat up, the fucking heat goes. So if you're welding a piece that big, it's all gonna be hot immediately. As soon as you touch the torch, welding torch, the heat's gonna dissipate. It's gonna be spread throughout the piece, and that's why it's not hard. It's just different welding than MIG or TIG steel or stainless. When you're welding aluminum, it's all done by hand. Especially when you cannot use MIG. You cannot use a spool that you just pull and the wire comes out. You need to do it by hand, right? Controlling, because we had to build up a sharp angle, and after CLL, they brake formed everything. They laser cut on their laser machine, then they brake form. The corners are open, right? And it's a 1/8 material. So you need to build this up, grind it, polish it, and give it back to them. So we sat on it for about a month doing just that.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work. But you got to pay the bills, man.
You guys ever do pressing, like engrave something into metal with a press, or is that possible, or how would
With
that
the
work?
press, like
If you heat up metal, if you heat up cast iron and you press it, will it impress?
you need some impressive fucking you need some impressive tonnage to press that.
Yeah, you need a hydraulic press.
Yeah, we don't do
You don't
that.
have that?
No, we don't.
Do you
that.
have a what's that thing called? Is it the English wheel? With the
We don't do that either.
Like that's the shaping or whatever?
You're talking about like, but that's more kind of car industry and stuff like that. I could do it. Let's say if we need a sphere or an oval or whatever, some sort of a shape,
yeah.
right? You know how that done? By spinning. You know what is spinning?
The metal?
Yeah. You know what is spinning? You know lathe. You know how lathe works?
Yeah.
Identical.
Same way?
Same way. So they put a chuck. Or let's say you come to me and say, Mike, I want
that shape.
I want this shape in fucking stainless steel, man.
So,
Okay? I need you to build me so many glasses of it. Okay? So they stretch this onto a shape of metal. Okay, they take a flat piece.
They heat it up first?
Nope. It starts spinning. Right? Your chalk, that shape or whatever you're building is onto the lathe. You have a flat piece.
And it starts to spin.
Yeah, and then you have like a roll, like a hand coming out with a wheel, and you start trying to stretch it onto it.
That's what I've seen before.
Yeah, that's
it
called
takes
spinning.
a long time.
Yeah, it takes
and
a long
keep the
time.
fingers and thumbs away from it.
Yeah, because it'll fucking take them off.
Well, it was squished. Yeah, it hurt a lot.
Yeah.
I was asking about that because I wouldn't mind like get a cast iron skillet, but I want the Construction Life logo on the bottom of it.
Construction Life logo on the bottom.
On the corner of the table there. See the logo? Mm-hmm. That was CNC'd and it was burned in the wood.
No, I know how this is done.
How would you do that into metal?
What are you gonna be using it for? Cooking or just for?
Well, I'd be using it for cooking because it'd be nice to make a steak and have the Construction Life logo on the steak, and then serve it to anybody that's vegan.
Send it to me. I'll figure it out. Send it to me. I'll figure it out. We'll probably be able to laser it in there. Not this way because
Maybe that's the question: is that you can laser it?
you can probably
So if
laser
I got
it.
you a cast iron skillet,
Yeah,
you'd be able to laser
it in there. Yeah.
and it won't do anything to cast iron because
it won't.
as long as
No.
it's not wet, right?
No, exactly.
It won't rust.
Yeah.
You know how cool that would be?
And the thing is, the skillet, because it's a cast iron. I don't think they rust that much. They do a little
They
bit.
rust if you leave the water on it.
Yeah, but I mean, not as much as any other metal.
No.
Because I think because of the casting process, you're getting rid of a lot of impurities in the metal while you're doing the casting, right? Because you need to heat it up so much, so all the shit and dirt it just disappears, right? It evaporates, and then what you're saying, the way they do it, yeah. So that's why it doesn't rust much.
Look at that. I gave you a problem and you solved it in 2 seconds.
Well, it's not
Can
that I
you be
solved it.
faster next time, man?
I'll try, man. I'll try, dude.
But even though shit is shit going on right now, you guys still love doing what you're doing.
Dude, you gotta get up. You gotta. Again, you have to understand. There's different types of customers, right? Like there's the customers that you really want to deal with, and there's the customers that you have to deal with because they pay the money.
Pay the bills.
You know,
we all deal with it all the time.
So for most part, I think we over the last few years we get rid of a few of these. They kind of just.
But it makes life better, no?
Absolutely, man. Absolutely, man. It's not worth any money.
20% of the headaches.
Man, it's not worth any money. Like, you want to be happy. Like, I mean, okay, money is great, but it doesn't dictates your life. You know what I mean? Like exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, I'd rather be happy and spend more time with my family, with my kids, than grinding and, they calling me, I need to eat faster. Fuck off, man. I don't want to do anything faster. I told you it's 8 weeks. It's 8 weeks. I'm not fucking budging on that. It's not like you're going to, it doesn't matter how much. And they're like, oh, what if we pay more? How much fucking more you going to pay me? What, are you going to retire me tomorrow? Transfer me $5 million. I'll fucking do this shit for you. No problem, man. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. But if it's not that much, and I tell them straight up, I said, listen, there's a lineup. I don't care. There's no favors.
Why is there always such a hurry? Why didn't they get the idea to you guys a lot sooner so then you'd had more time to do it?
Why you asking, Manny? You know the answer to that question.
I know
brother.
the answer.
Because they sat on it till the last fucking minute
then they got the approvals or they got the authorization, whatever it is.
Until their boss told them that, listen, where the fuck is that shit?
I know. Now we need it tomorrow.
Bro, I have one of these clients right now, okay, and he's a PM on the project, okay. I'm not gonna say the company or anything.
No, don't.
He's a project manager. The building is already erected, and I think they need to get the fucking occupancy of the building. And I asked him the questions on August the 8th. He replied 2 days ago, okay. And now I know that his boss is back because I'm good friends with his boss, and I don't want to throw him under the bus, but it will happen eventually because his boss will call me and ask me, "Hey, Mike, what's up, buddy? Where's my stuff?" And I'll tell him, "Listen, your buddy over there needs to grow a pair of fucking balls, okay, and start working, okay?" But he's not, and that happens quite fucking often. Your question, I just answered it because people don't work, man. They don't pay attention. They don't do anything. They get stressed out, overwhelmed. I'm sure they got some helpers who are unqualified to do the job that they do, okay? Or they just get overwhelmed. They might be just dumped too much work onto them. And I see that quite often too. They take up on so much responsibility with the little bit of experience that they have. They should not take up as much work because they're drowning. They're fucking drowning.
If they can't handle it, then don't do it. Let somebody else handle it at that point, right?
You know, I like to watch my guys when I hire, and then I let them drown a little bit. I watch them what they do, and I can see that he's fucking already up to his eyeballs. He's 3 months behind. He thinks he's 3 months behind. I know he's not behind because I'm the one who's sold the jobs, and I know how much time we have. And then I would go up to them and say, "Listen, what happened? I see there's 6 jobs that are fucking behind months. Like, what happened? I dropped the ball. I didn't know where to start. Start from the beginning. You know?
Pick it up.
Let's go."
Yeah.
You know, and again, I don't really yell at them or give them shit. I just like, "Listen, man, shut up."
Yelling and giving people shit is what we need more of. Three-way the world. These little puppies. I'm speaking from experience. I've actually installed these and I love these. Three-way prefabricated inside drywall corner. The first one-piece solution for perfect, crisp corners every time. With three-way, you'll improve your quality, save on labor, and cut down on time. Traditional methods require 3 tapes, lots of sanding, and high skill. But with three-way corners, they install in just a fraction of the time with fewer steps. It is adjustable for any angle, reinforced to cover gaps, and designed to blend seamlessly into the corner. Say goodbye to pesky touch-ups and hello to flawless finishes. Try three-way today and revolutionize your drywall game. Perfect corners every time. To purchase or check out some how-to videos to see the installs in action, visit threeway.ca or connect with them at 306-514-3768 or drop them an email at threewaytheworld@gmail.com. Connect with me, TCL, and stop by the studio and get a free pack on us for anyone to try. And trust me, I'm telling you, you'll love it. This message is proudly supported by the Construction Life.
I tried to explain it more calmly than just before I would go off. When we just opened up.
Wait, in English?
Both languages, man. Both languages.
You usually learn, what words you learn first, right?
You will learn
To understand people better.
You know it's serious if it's both languages. Eh?
Oh, it's like yeah, man. So that's the problem, I think, with a lot of not enough people who.
Are you looking for anybody? No. Yes.
Yes, but it has to be the right person.
Of
man.
course,
it has to fit.
Step up. Don't try to bullshit.
We need who will fit good within our team. Okay, when there's work, you work. There's no work, I'll pay you 40 hours. As simple as that. But if there's work, you work.
You gotta hustle.
If I ask you to come in Saturday, you come in Saturday. If I ask you to come in Sunday, you come in Sunday.
They have a problem with that?
Oh yeah, man.
I told you before we started recording. I was like, "Oh, the school buses. It's September."
Yeah, bro.
Like the schedule. There's no such thing as schedule these days.
Fuck,
Monday
dude.
to Friday.
It's they don't wanna. They don't wanna work. But then I tell them I have no issues with that either, with that kind of approach to work. But then when you're gonna come to me next year and ask for more money, I'll tell you, what the fuck would I pay you more money?
It's a legitimate conversation.
You working your 40 hours a week.
Yeah.
You put in just your comfortable hours. You're not nobody's breathing down your neck.
The clock is what I call it.
Exactly.
You want to punch the clock, it's fine. Eventually the end's going to come.
You want more? I want to see something from you too. I want to see something in return.
What about all the kids that are going and studying welding and studying science and
Stupid. Fucking
school
stupid.
and
Waste of
everything?
time. Waste of
Is
time.
it really?
Waste of fucking
You're better
time.
off going to school right there. at
Oh,
MNR and
dude,
just like,
you're better off going straight to. If you want to weld or you want to do any plumbing or anything, find somebody who will take you as an apprentice right away. Okay, right away,
and
without the fucking
they'll
school.
call you names, but accept it.
Dude, so what? What's the big deal? Grow a pair of balls, man. Get your skin
You know how many
thicker.
Portuguese jokes are shared on this show by other people than me?
Wow.
Am I offended? Fuck no.
Dude,
'Cause I just turned them around and make them Italian jokes.
My first boss was my first partner and boss, Portuguese. And I still thank him to his day for what he've done because he was so good and bad in a way to me because he was constantly pushing me.
Yeah.
All the fucking time.
Yeah.
Getting under my skin.
Yeah.
And I'm 20-year-old kid and there's that dude, dude, I almost once bit his finger. Okay? Because he was pointing right in my face and I'm just like, and I missed it by a little bit. and we still like that's the company that I mentioned earlier, CLL Metals. You know
Yeah,
them.
yeah.
So Joe, their main guy, the foreman for the shop, right? When I worked for them 23 years ago, right? We would butt heads the whole time, and not because I was a little asshole.
Yeah.
Not because of him. He was just doing his job.
Yeah.
And was trying to teach me how things work. You know what I mean? And now, obviously, 23 years later, you know, I really appreciate the guys that taught me everything that I know. Again, the basics of what I know right now is taught by them, okay? Because I was mathematically and geometrically inclined, right? I was just cocky, lazy, but they still stuck with me and they taught me everything that, you know, do takeoffs, how material stretches, why is this way, why is that way, and I'm really grateful for it because it's actually this is how I make my living nowadays. You know, I've done it for. First 3 years when I came to Canada, 3 or 4 years, maybe 5. Don't want to lie to you. Then I took one on my own for a couple of years. That didn't work out. And then I met a friend of mine at the Finch Kiss and Ride at the Finch and Young there. You know, the subway station, Kiss and Ride, like where you pick up people.
I know. Yeah.
So I was dropping somebody off there. And I saw my buddy there, Tim. It's a company called Metwood Architectural Metals. Really good guys too. I think they do like handrails and stuff. This is what they specialize. They're out of Mississauga.
Yep.
I worked for him for years. Super nice guy, man. And he taught me a lot actually too. But the way he taught me, I had to learn everything myself. He didn't teach me shit. He just gave me the equipment. He bought the equipment.
But that's what you're supposed to do.
He bought the shear and a brake, $250,000 investment, and said, "Okay, you got to learn how to use them."
Did you learn how to use it?
Yeah, they brought a guy for about 30 minutes, showed us the basics of it, and then the rest I had to figure out myself.
Did you figure it
Oh,
out?
fuck yeah. I was working both machines by myself, and I was producing more than the 4 guys in the next shop to
So
ours.
I don't hear anything bad here.
No, there's nothing bad in it, but you gotta be willing to do it. Again, right? And you got to be hungry for it. But when you're not hungry, and when but
don't care.
Manny, when you're not hungry and you know that you're gonna go home and your mommy and daddy's gonna provide you
cruise control.
exactly. That's it. You don't do anything. But I was already married at the time. Daniel, a year later, yeah. And I had to work, man. I had to. I had no choice. I was hired as a part-time guy. He's like, dude, can you help me out? 10, 15 hours, maybe, maybe less a week, a day here, a day there. I'm like, that actually works good for me. 362 hours first month.
Wow.
Okay.
Why couldn't you do more?
Dude, I remember we were doing Burberry store up in flagship Burberry store in Bloor. Bloor Avenue, right? That
I know
corner
exactly
store,
what you're
the
talking
black
about.
mirror finished stainless steel.
Yeah, I know.
I did me and Tim, 2 of us did all of that. The whole fucking store.
Isn't it true that you guys have to be vetted or something? Like there's certain people only allowed to work on those kinds of stores?
Yes.
You have to be part of,
Yes.
like, yeah, he can work on it.
Yes.
Yeah, he can work on it.
Yes.
There has to be that, right?
Yes.
That's what I thought.
Yes. But CBC helped us out. Canadian Border Services.
Really?
CBS, yes.
They let you in?
No. They wouldn't let Americans in here.
Oh, so that's the reason why. Because I thought a lot of those big brands, they just shipped.
It's
certain-
the same people doing stores over and over again. It's the
Yes.
same crew that does the same work
So you
over
guys
and
got the opportunity because of that.
I got the opportunity, but I was telling my previous boss that, dude, man, you gotta charge him, you gotta bend him over. Don't lube him. Just give it to him, man, as hard as you can. They had, dude, the fines that he was getting for not completing the fucking store in time, they were astronomical. I think that he would have to pay a lease for a year on Blue fucking Street for Burberry's store and buy out the whole fucking collection of Burberry for that store that was supposed to sell in that year. That was the clause in the fucking contract.
For deliverable.
So dude, his $800,000 or $1 million job could have costed him minus $4 million just to cover for Burberry. So that's how we got the job. They called us, said, listen, we need this job done fast. So we would fucking manufacture we would go in the morning, measure, manufacture in the evening, go sleep few hours. Man, I'm talking about few hours, fucking 3-4 hours a night. I think a couple days I missed. I just wouldn't pick up the phone because I just couldn't function anymore, man. It was just so difficult, like hard. You had to push so many hours a day.
That's dangerous, man.
Yeah, the work wasn't labor intensive.
It was mentally
precise. Fucking measure. We had those sheets. We had 80 sheets of black mirror finished stainless steel shipped from England by plane. The cost of the fucking shipping was more probably than the sheets. I'm telling you.
I believe it.
Okay. And we had like a 2 or 3 week window opportunity to do the job. We actually done it. Everything was fine. Okay. But yeah, it was a crazy. We didn't sleep, I don't know, 3 weeks properly. Like 2-3 hours here, there. Then you go in the car, you doze off for an hour. Then you come back again. You tell, the guy who hired us to do the job, who got the contract of the front windows, the curtain wall itself, he gave us 4 helpers. So 2 helpers each. So me and my boss, he would get 2 guys, I would get 2 guys.
Yeah.
And all these guys would do is literally go get the coffee. Go get the silicone. They
didn't know anything?
Dude, man. They're curtain wall guys, man. They're curtain wall guys. They have nothing. They don't know how to hold a grinder. They cannot feather fucking 30-second on a black mirror stainless steel. You touch it the wrong way, it turns brown. And we have.
So why were they there?
Just helping, carrying shit around, moving the stuff. That's all it is. Just helping. Just literally, just the manpower, move shit around. Bring me that piece. Go get me B2 or B7. Bring it over here. Turn it over. You know what I mean? Go get me silicone from the car or whatever. Go get me a coffee. And that's all. We were there for 3 weeks. We did the job. Everybody was happy. But man, it was a fucking nightmare. And we had few of those jobs. We did in Western Harbor Castle. Same thing. Somebody shit the bed. Needed new railings. Needed them by a certain date. Fucking 2 days straight, non-stop on that site. 48 fucking hours. You slept on the stair in between. Welding, one guy's welding, you sleep for a couple hours, and the other guy's welding. Again, no people, nobody wants to work. Even then, man, we're talking about 15 years ago, nobody wanted to work.
It's even worse now.
Nah, yeah, I know.
10 times worse.
I know.
They would never be able to survive.
Dude, it's like the stuff that we've done. Like I remember we did that Kiss and Ride station when I started working, and the way it worked, we were allowed to work from 2 to 5, 2 a.m. to 5 a.m. 3 hours a night.
That's it?
Because it's the subway station.
Yeah, it's active,
subway,
right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
So we would get there at 12, bring all the tools, material put beside each station where we had to work, do whatever, if it was a call.
For 3 hours of time.
For 3 hours at a time, man.
How long did you do
Oh,
that?
bro, we were there for months.
Because of the 3 hours.
Or the
You were
3
there
hours.
for 10 hours each day, you would have got so much more done. But
Yeah.
you
So
can't.
we would go from, so the way it works, so we would go, so Monday start, meet in the shop in the morning, 9 a.m. No earlier than that. 9, 10, work till about 8 p.m. Pack up the truck, go sleep for 3 hours, 4 hours, home. Okay, come back for 1 a.m. 1:30 you're at the station. By 2 you unloaded. By 4:30 you finished work. By 5 you have to be out of there.
And do it again.
And do it again. Day in, day out.
Try to explain that to this generation today.
This
is the job requirement.
Another job we did, Eugene was there. He was the coffee boy. We did CN Tower.
What were you doing at CN Tower?
That spiral staircase they have going from the 360 restaurant down into the observation area?
Yeah.
We did that spiral. One of the railings, it's like a spiral staircase.
How'd you get it up there?
I'll tell you now. They had
It's still there.
one side was built back in the day when the CN Tower was erected.
Back in the 70s.
Back in the
Late
70s.
70s, yeah.
One side of railing was built pickets. The other side was drywall. They removed the drywall. They need new railing up there.
So you need a railing on both sides now.
Yeah, one side exists. We need to match this side to this side.
Okay. So you fabricated on site.
Uh-huh.
Everything.
Uh-huh.
Because you can't fabricate on site.
3 days.
Did you have space to
three
fabricate?
nights.
3 nights we were there.
Because you couldn't do it during the day.
No.
But at least the view was like amazing.
Yeah, but I mean,
The money was good too, let's admit it. Man.
Yeah.
If you're talking about footage, we were getting paid extremely high. Okay, if you go by linear footage, extremely high because they had no other choice.
Yeah, but probably not high enough.
If go back, I would probably triple them, but they would probably refuse it by now. Like they would say, no, we'll fucking put up a drywall because it was 12, 13 foot sections for like $80,000. And they,
Not bad.
what we did it, we would go on site. I would bring pre-rolled flat bar, put it on the stair, wouldn't fit, torch it right on site, zip it on site, bend it, clamp it to the stair, weld it, grind it.
How many guys can do that today? There aren't that many guys that can do that.
Yeah, I know that.
In Canada,
I know.
Let alone Toronto.
So I would make a sections, right? Pre-fit all the sections, right? But do half of the stair one day. Pre-fit it, make sure everything's there. Tack it together. But the sections had to be small enough to fit in the elevator. So we would work through the night, do that, pack up early in the morning, go back to the shop, bring those sections back to the shop in the morning.
Fabricate there.
Listen. So I would put the sections, tell the guys, okay, I want starting point here, finish point here. I need you to do this. I need you to lean that way. I need you to lean that way. I would clamp it in a jig for them and tell them, okay. And I would stay for a few hours till they start and finish. Like start here and finish there. They wouldn't fill in. Make sure that everything fits. I would go home, eat, take shower, sleep for a few hours, come back to the shop in 6, 7, 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
Pack up our shit, back to site, and that's how it went, man.
For 3 nights.
For 3 nights we went like that, nonstop.
When was this? How long ago?
2016.
Yeah, around there. I don't.
And that's still going on today? You still getting jobs like that too?
No.
No.
I
right?
turn all this shit down. Yeah,
But they're still asking though.
Listen,
They're still
I
looking.
am giving them the number that I think is going to be fair for this kind of work. If they don't like it, they can go find somebody else.
Your home, your legacy, built with precision, crafted with care. Your home is more than just a place to live. It's where your story unfolds, where your dreams take shape, and where your future is built. Whether you're stepping into home ownership for the first time, expanding your space for a growing family, or enhancing your property for the years ahead, your project deserves the utmost care and dedication. At Aria Build, they understand that your home is a reflection of your journey, and they're here to ensure it's crafted with precision and passion it deserves. Meet Bazat, the visionary behind Aria Build, with an unwavering commitment to excellence. Bazat and his team bring a wealth of experience and a deep understanding of what makes a house a home. Whether you want to be hands-on every step of the way or prefer to trust the process to seasoned professionals, Aria Build is your reliable partner, dedicated to turning your vision into reality from the first blueprint to the final touch. Bazat's team isn't just about building, they're about safeguarding your investment and creating something that stands the test of time. With a solid reputation built on trust, excellence, and a commitment to working with only the best trades and materials, Aria Build delivers more than just beauty. They deliver durability and a peace of mind. Each project is a collaboration with the finest tradespeople, ensuring that every step is managed with precision, so you always feel informed, confident, and well taken care of. Choosing Aria Build means choosing a team that values what you value. Whether it's the modern aesthetic or a timeless design or a home that's built to grow with you, let them help you create a space that's not only functional, but also a sanctuary where you can build lasting memories and enjoy peace of mind for years to come. Connect with Aria Build today at 416-833-1308 or visit them at www.ariabuild.ca. For direct inquiries, email them at info@ariabuild.ca. Let them craft not just a house, but a home that reflects your life's journey. This message is proudly supported by the Construction Life. Gentlemen, I got 12 questions to ask you guys. Thank you so much for coming on the show.
No worries, man.
Talking
Pleasure
all
to
kinds
be
of
here.
stuff. No, and if anybody's been offended by this conversation, I don't give a fuck.
No, me neither.
MNR Metals, www.mnrcustommetal.com, and then mnrmetal@gmail.com. Why is it MNR Metals?
Metal.
Is metal? I wrote it as
metal.
metal. The name of the company.
MNR?
Mental.
Metal.
MNR Metal.
I had a
my mistake. I made a mistake.
I had a company before. It was MNR Installation and Construction.
Yeah.
It was I worked as a sole proprietor, right? Before we opened this company, and I just kind of stuck with it, and that's it. Just left it at that because some of the accounts went from the old company to this company.
Of course.
You
That's
know,
fine.
like the vendors and stuff like that, and we just kept it that way.
On IG under MNR Custom Metal. Also on YouTube and Facebook. Where else? Tinder?
Almost.
Fans only.
Only fans.
Only fans. Sorry, not fans only. Only fans.
All metal. Only metal.
Yeah,
LinkedIn
only
are
metal,
no-
baby.
Only metal
Only
fans.
metal. Only metal.
We are almost everywhere. Like, I mean, all the social medias. Except TikTok.
You know, but I think nowadays, you know, me and Eugene spoke about it the other day, that social media is great, but it's not necessarily brings the right customer to us.
No, I know. I agree.
You know what I'm saying? Like we need to now, you know, we spoke that we need to change the approach how we look for new customers.
You need to tell TikTok and all the social media pages, like, put on the filter. I don't want to deal with bullshit clients.
Yeah.
Put that filter on, please.
I would say nowadays there are some like fundamental basics that like each company must have, right? And like social media and like everything else is like part of that fundamentals. But besides that, you have to like be like kind of flexible and know the market, right? Because like each market like has different like kind of specifics.
Of course.
So, but basics are must have for each business nowadays, because like it's kind of weird right now when like, oh, you don't have Instagram, oh really, like, or you don't have a website. But yeah, there are like some companies that like have huge
Dude.
background, like that they just don't need that, right? But it's just a couple of them.
They should've-
99% of companies like still need it.
You need some sort of connection on a digital landscape.
Exactly.
Yes.
But it's still shaking hands and seeing a person and talking to a person and going, this is what we're looking for.
Absolutely, man.
Right.
Like the new customer, a good new customer, like it takes me years to get in the door.
Why? They just don't want to take the chance or something? Or they just haven't?
One estimate, second estimate, third estimate, fourth estimate, fifth, sixth, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then finally it goes through.
Let's try, and then like, okay, let's
Try. So we try. Either they don't get the job or somebody beats me or whatever. And then when they work once with us,
Then they get it.
they're like, okay, I don't want to
Are
go
you
in.
being bought on price? You're losing
No,
on,
not necessarily.
Never
no.
on price,
No,
right?
It's not price.
It's just a relationship. You have to build a
You know,
relationship first.
if let's say specific, it's a company called Akira Wood. They out of Florida. They fair big size. They're big boys. They do tens of millions a year. I would guesstimate. You know, they call, you answer. They ask, you do it.
Yep.
Okay, but then when you need something from them, you call them and say, listen, man, I need money. How much? 50, 100? Yeah, I'll send the check tomorrow by FedEx. You know?
But that's how business should.
Should, exactly, man. You got the right word, should. For most part, it's not like that. We have other companies that they give us, if these people, Akira give us, I don't know how much this year, 300, 400, 500,000 this year they give us. The other guy gave us 30,000 and he expects me to bend over every time he calls me. And it's just like, I don't deal with that account personally. I have a salesman. He deals with that account. It's his account. But if it was me personally, I would have told her already many years ago to go fuck herself. Okay? Because I can't deal with that shit. You giving me a job and you dictating when it's supposed to be on delivered to you when you know that you haven't even approved the drawings and this process will take half of this time. No, thank you. I'm not interested in it. I want to sleep at night. I don't want to stress out at
It's
night.
nice to say no, huh?
You know,
I think you should. Say
that's
no a lot sooner.
way more should be said no. And yeah, and I learned that obviously first 2 years you
say yes to everything.
you need the job. Yeah,
It's
you
more
need-
like yes, sir.
yes,
Yes, sir.
yeah. And then as the time goes by, I was like, fuck no, I don't want this job. You know, and now what I learned too, man, is when people call me, oh fuck, I'm in a pinch. Man, I really don't want to deal with your
You don't
fucking
unlock the
pinch.
vice. What's wrong with you? I don't understand.
I don't. You know, I know how it's gonna turn out already before even starting the job, before even looking at it, because you're already behind on it. You know. So yeah, man.
What's your favorite construction word or phrase?
It's not really a phrase. It's when I started working for CLO, when I came to Canada, my English was. I had a good vocabulary, but as I didn't have much practice, right? So I could explain myself and understand everything, but I like to swear, I like a lot.
There's nothing wrong with that.
At the time, no, I didn't. And my partner Mike, his dad said, Mike, if you're not gonna swear, you will not be able to work in construction. And from there on, it just took off for me, man.
I would just alter that a tiny bit. You won't be able to communicate.
Exactly. I don't remember exactly how he worded it at the time, right? But that was kind of the thing,
What's
right?
yours,
Yeah.
Eugene?
And yeah, actually, I have my own story based on this story. So when I came to Canada and I started working with Mike, like maybe like 2 months after, and it's been like almost 9 years.
Yeah.
And
I got him fresh off the boat right away, man. I see them coming
it a
off the
boat or a
boat.
plane?
No, boat, man. Rubber
Was
boat.
it a boat?
Yeah,
Rubber boat
exactly.
with
It wasn't a boat.
I'm
Not a boat, okay?
I'm a good
When I
swimmer.
came over on a
rubber
plane,
boat,
they
rubber
don't-
boat with
no,
paddles,
they
with
don't
paddles,
know.
man.
I'm a good swimmer, like yeah. I'm a triathlete, right? So anyway, so my English was bad, like, and
We cannot say that it's good now, but
Okay,
I'm sorry.
anyway.
I'm sorry.
I'm still learning, yeah, for
sorry.
sure. But I was like hanging out with those guys, like, and obviously, like, I was picking up like all these like words
Bad
and
stuff.
and like 80% of their like vocabulary was like, you know, like fuck,
Swear
like,
words.
Yeah.
And obviously, I was using them like I started like using them a lot. And I have a friend. He's like right now he's like 55, 60. He's like intelligent, like man. And I met him like maybe after a couple of months working with Mike, and I was like using like fuck, and he was like, Eugene, this is a bad word. Don't use it.
No shit, man.
Depends.
Yeah,
It
so,
depends.
Yeah, I remember that. Like, yeah, this is a bad word.
What's your least favorite tool?
What's my least favorite tool? Table saw.
DeWalt?
No, I have rigid.
Tim will get that. What's your least favorite tool?
Tool, laptop with Windows.
What do you guys miss from your childhood?
What I miss from my childhood? Actually, the way that we were growing up. I wish my kids were growing up the same way. And the way it was, just like you, Manny. You get a boot from the home at 8 a.m. and they expect you to be home by 9 p.m.
Boot. It's whatever's nearby. Belt, stick,
Exactly.
2x4,
Exactly.
frying pan,
Yeah.
iron.
Yeah. And look at us, man.
And I'm fine.
That's what I'm saying.
totally fine.
And you've been drinking water from the garden hose that you survived.
Lots of trauma, right? But
No therapy. No therapy. What do you miss from your childhood?
I actually same. Like I think that's why we are working for so long time, because like we had like same childhood with Mike, because it was like
we were all growing up the same.
yeah,
Doesn't
I
matter
was
from where you are.
growing
right?
on the street, like hanging out with the bad guys. You know, I remember my parents just in the morning and then in the evening when they were coming back after work. So and I was like doing everything I want during the day and learning my own like
Life.
doing my own mistakes, like getting some shit from those mistakes. And I don't know, like lots of my friends just didn't survive, honestly, like from my childhood. And I'm lucky that I'm healthy, like,
And that you're here.
and that yeah, exactly.
But you survived it. That's it.
Yeah,
Simple
yeah.
as that.
Yeah.
What construction sound do you guys love? No construction sound.
No, actually,
Nothing. No
yeah.
sound that you love. Grinding, cutting.
I like when.
No,
it's
man,
quiet.
that's too much because it's on a daily fucking base. You hear the grinding and cutting, right? All day long.
Harsh.
Yeah, it's
Harsh.
all day.
So
like-
silence then.
Yeah, I guess silence. Yeah, yeah. The break part of the construction when everybody's on the break, man. Yeah.
Favorite beverage.
Beverage.
Any beverage.
BCA.
BCA. What is
It's
that?
amino acids. I'm like, I just.
Yeah, it's full workout for your
Oh,
muscle
okay, all right.
recovery.
Yeah.
Muscle recovery.
Okay, all right.
Me, I like taro bubble tea. And
Never heard about that.
Yeah, taro bubble tea.
Oh, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yes,
And what else I like? I like blended mango with the watermelon, like actual fruit of mango and watermelon blended together as a slurp.
I
as
make a
juice.
watermelon drink. Eh?
Yeah, watermelon, same thing. Yeah.
You ever had Brazilian lemonade?
No, what is that?
Key lime.
Okay,
Take 4 of them.
okay,
Chop them up.
okay.
Put them into a blender.
Yeah.
With a cup of water.
Yeah,
Blend it all up.
yeah,
Now strain it. So
Okay.
Get rid of all the pulp.
yeah.
And then put ice. Crush the ice in
Yeah.
the blender. Put the strain back in. Add a little bit of condensed milk.
Uh-huh.
Mix it up.
Wow.
So fresh on a summer day, man.
Sounds fancy.
I like a watermelon like you throw it in the blender and it becomes like
I love
little-
the watermelon blender. You just drink it.
Yeah,
So-
exactly.
so
And I like to
refreshing.
keep it in the fridge.
Yeah.
So then you pull it out, just scoop it up before training, and you off to training.
Love it. What do you guys? Okay, what turns you on and off in the industry? What do you guys are excited about? What do you guys don't like? Nothing.
What turns me on in the industry?
Getting the job. paid.
The interesting job, something that's
Challenging.
challenging job. What I don't like in the industry is people who don't know what the fuck they're talking about when they're ordering a product.
So all the architects and designers and
Pretty
engineers
much
out there.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm in the same mind, Eugene.
We had a like quote request from designer, and she was requiring staircase made from bronze, pure bronze. Do you remember?
Yes.
Like structure, everything made by bronze.
She wanted out of brass, so I gave her $1.2 million, and she said that I'm crazy.
Can you make it structurally?
You could. You could. Again, you'll have to clad it with brass, right? You would have to.
Yeah, you need the
There is no
structure.
common
it
structure.
can't be structural on its own.
Again, it depends where it goes, man. If it's somewhere, there's a lot of houses that build in the Caribbean, like high-end houses, and that's where people want those brass staircases. Okay, so that's where you could probably avoid the fucking
Rules.
Exactly. So you can do it your way, right? You can do it your way, and it will work. It's
Would
not
it
gonna
be slippery if you're barefoot?
They're not talking about. I don't think they're talking about this. The stairs to be actually brass. They're
treads.
talking about the stringers.
Oh.
They're talking about the handrails, like the actual staircase itself made out of bronze. Okay.
It wasn't the case. Like I remember, she was just
No. She's not everything.
She
didn't
didn't
want to.
realize what was
Exactly.
Yeah,
capable and what.
She didn't like. I mean, a lot of people
She
say
was looking for vibranium.
exactly, dude. She they have no like when you tell them like, listen, do you understand that it's $11 a pound to buy?
They don't understand that. So it's good that you gave her the right price.
And then she's like, no, man, you guys are crazy. I am crazy.
What do you? What is it that you don't like? No, that's what you don't like.
like I don't like there is a big problem which I don't like in the market, that lots of just dreamers and people just don't know how to implement it in life. That's it. So like, just learn and then ask.
Everything you can figure it out, man. Just takes some time. You figure it out. Favorite curse word?
Curse word?
Swear. What's your favorite word? Doesn't matter. It could be in any
Probably
language.
fucking.
Yeah.
I use it the most probably.
That's it?
Fuck, that's it,
Yeah,
man.
like it's the most popular in our company.
That's pretty boring.
Yeah, man.
There's
it's-
nothing like. There's no.
Like
statement.
we're old school.
So
yeah, no.
Favorite vehicle? Any mode of transportation?
Oh yeah, 1969 Camaro.
Black.
No.
What color?
Either either like a sand color, like the
Tan?
camouflage color. Yeah, like tan kind of color.
What's the interior then? Black? You can't make it the same. tan.
No, I wouldn't want it.
69s with the window, the lights, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right.
Interior, dark brown, like chocolate.
Nice.
427 out of the hood. That's it.
I would say like BMW X6M. Or some old BMWs like 90s
You're going from a BMW X6M.
to old BMW. Yeah, I am a fan of BMW, yeah. So like but I
I like
like
the older BMWs.
I like old BMWs
the
like
bubble glass on the back kind
yeah,
of thing. Yeah.
and if you're talking about something more like up to date, so it's the X6M for sure.
I don't like paddles, eh? I want gear shift. I gotta find
I
a gear
like
shift.
I love it too. Yeah, I love it.
You gotta go to the older cars.
I know, that's right. Well, Porsche is the only one I think that's new that has gear shift.
Still have
Really?
it, right?
They
But I
offer
think
it.
but I think it's limited to which models as well.
It is part
Yeah.
of the sport car, right? So how it can be like a sport car without that?
I saw an interesting little quote recently about Porsche where there was a guy that came in to change things and he got rid of the 944, the 928, all the affordable Porsches, right? And he was asked, well, how do you expect people to get into Porsche and buy an affordable Porsche? He goes, you buy a used one.
Yeah.
It's true. Makes
yeah,
sense.
that's it, yeah.
I think it makes sense. What profession other than your own would you guys like to attempt one day? What else you guys want to do? Politicians.
No.
No.
That's really dirty.
It's very
very dirty and
very. It's
like
a
I mean,
different
if you
breed.
have no moral,
You have no
sure.
morals, you have no
Yeah,
skills, you
yeah.
have no talent, you have
Yeah,
no
yeah.
creativity.
And preferably not to have any family too, because they're gonna get fucking buried in that dirt as well.
That's the reason why somebody separated recently, right?
Yeah.
She still wants to hold her face up.
Yeah, yeah,
right?
absolutely.
Somewhere at some point.
You know that I help out at the gym a lot, like
Yeah?
where my kids train, where I train.
Instructor?
One day maybe
I can see that.
I'll try it full. I do it all the time now, but again, I do it because I choose to, not because I have to do it.
When do you find time to do it?
Every day after work.
Okay.
Every day I'm at the gym.
Relaxing, I bet, eh?
Oh, bro, man, it's like just
Mental decompress, man.
Man, you cannot think about anything else when somebody's trying to kick you in the fucking or punch you in the
need
head.
to stay focused.
Well, and I love it, man. I absolutely love it. I leave from there with wings and aura around my head. I am calm as an elephant. That's my way of venting. You know, somebody likes to drink, somebody likes to do whatever, drugs, whatever. I like to go and punch people in the face and get punched too.
What's your
Same, but with triathlon. So I do lots of
Triathlons are hard, man. Not
I
only
do
have to
lots
do
of-
one, you got to do three.
I do lots of trainings. Like,
What did you think about the triathlon in Paris there?
oh man, like I heard.
What the hell was all
I
that?
had lots of like I had lots of like really bad stories about it, but yeah,
There was a lot of people getting sick, eh?
yeah, because of the
I've
From
been
the
there.
river, from the
there's-
river, right?
You can't, yeah.
Yeah.
You couldn't,
that
there
was
was no
so
way
stupid.
to clean that.
Yeah, that's true.
And they
So-
put all these athletes inside there.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
threw some chemicals inside to make the water clean.
You
and
think that made it better?
Yeah, man, I know.
So maybe one day I'll be just enjoying like making somebody better, you know, because I learn a lot about like food, like healthy lifestyle, etc., etc. So yeah, one day I'll be enjoying that. That's it.
What profession would you guys never do?
What profession I would never do? The oldest profession probably I would never do.
OnlyFans?
No.
That's a good one. Why
The
not?
old school version
The
of
old school,
OnlyFans?
that's the old school version of the OnlyFans, man.
Like, lots of them, but the first one that comes up in my head is surgeries, like doctor surgeries, because like I can't see blood, like I just like.
No. What is it? Yeah, what's yours?
I wouldn't be able to work in customer service. Never.
I can't see that, man. Well, I can see it, I don't know how low you be. You ain't gonna get bonuses.
No, it would not. It wouldn't go well at all. It wouldn't go well at all, man.
You ain't gonna get employee of the month.
I give Mike just like 1 day and that's it.
He barely made it to
That's
lunch.
it. Go
Bro,
fuck
but you'll be
yourself.
surprised that the gym where we go, kids love me.
Oh, no doubt.
All the kids love me,
No
man.
doubt.
You
Because
have 3 kids.
you're like a refreshing, like you just like no other adult really speaks to me like this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So they like, this
Yeah.
is amazing.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
The truth.
Yeah, exactly, man. And I love the kids, man. I love because I can see that not everything's lost when I see the kids that do this kind of stuff and how much they motivate and how much effort they put in. And you know, the kids go, they get beat up at the fucking tournament and they come back to the training the next day and grind again.
Because they know what they need to do.
Exactly.
I know.
You know, and that gives me a hope that there's some future for our, you know, for our kids.
Hopefully. Last question. If heaven exists, what would you guys like to hear God say when you arrive at those pearly gates? When you get to heaven.
I'm atheist, so we're not getting fucking anywhere.
You're what? Oh, you're atheist.
Atheist.
No,
so, yes.
no. And so am I. But if heaven exists, I'm just saying if heaven exists.
What was the question again?
If heaven exists, what would you like to hear God say when you arrive at those pearly gates?
Man, that's
I have an answer, yeah.
Yeah?
So yeah, if the God would ask me like, did you try everything you want in your life? Have you regret? And I would like to answer no. I not regret.
Because you did everything.
I did everything I want. Yeah.
that's a tough one, man.
No?
Yeah, no, man. It's as I said, I don't think anybody's gonna be meeting me up there. The worms, yes, they're gonna be eating me for sure, but nobody up there.
I've had some people been on the show going, listen, you're in the wrong place. You got to go down.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know,
Yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So,
yeah.
no, it's just, you don't have to answer. I'm not forcing anybody to answer.
No, I understand.
Guys, thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on the show.
Manny,
man.
thanks for having
Thanks
us,
for the time. I know you're busy. I appreciate it. And like I said, and I've told people over and over, you're offended. I don't give a fuck. It's as simple as that. You listen to the show, you don't listen to the show. If you don't agree with my opinion or anybody that's been on the show's opinion, I don't give a fuck. You can stop listening.
Yeah,
Simple as
absolutely,
that.
man.
But the nice
Absolutely.
thing is that a lot of people listen.
Beautiful,
And I
man.
like that. So I got to pass by the shop. I know I want to see the shop. I'll say hello. We'll figure it out.
Manny, whenever.
Yeah.
And it's
I have a lot of
pleasure-
respect for you guys. You guys have built,
a pleasure to be here, man.
Yeah,
It's an
thank you. I
amazing,
appreciate it.
it's amazing podcast, man. It's amazing what you do, man, and you're having
I don't
a
do
blast.
anything, right?
Yeah,
he
you're
puts on
having,
the buttons
bro,
and he
you-
switches things.
You're
and then-
having a blast, man, and people interested
I love
in it,
talking
right?
what the people passionate about. That's what
Beautiful.
I love, right?
Beautiful. That's
Out of
what
all the
it's all
shows, I maybe have 1 or 2 people where I'm like, you're full of shit. You know what I mean? And that's it. Like they lie. They just lie to make themselves like
Oh,
sound
yeah,
they're
look
good.
look good, yeah.
You
man.
guys are not like that. You're authentic, right? This
Yeah,
is what
I
you
know.
get, and then you know, I mean, you people come with problems. You guys come up with solutions. Simple as that.
Not always, you know. Sometimes we come back with more fucking problems than solutions, you know. But at least we try. We intend to resolve those issues.
But
you
that's
know?
construction.
Yeah.
That's fabrication. That's
Yeah.
trade. That's skill. That's
Yeah.
everything. That's all a part of it, right?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I always have a lot of respect for anybody who gets their hands dirty. Simple as that.
Oh, dude, I love it.
Yeah.
You know, it's
I'll never change my opinion about that. I don't give a shit.
listen, to each its own, man.
That's it. That's it. We're done, man.
Guys, thank
Thanks,
you very
guys.
much.
Appreciate it. We're out of here.
Manny, thanks a lot, brother.